Good, appropriate time of the day to you, friends and enemies. I am Richard, and this whole thing around us, why, that is LMTDTMFFR, or say it with me now, limited time offer, no vowels. And how are you doing this morning? I am doing well. Thank you very much for asking. Even though it is an overcast day outside, he said, giving you another weather report of what it is like here. This whole thing, yes, this whole thing, everything that my head is surrounded by right now, is LMTDTMFFR. Yes. Strange and scary, isn't it? Yes, it is Sunday. We are here. We are doing some more Broken Sword. Why? Why are we doing it today and not yesterday, as I had said? Because I realised that the thingy, Starfield, is coming out on Monday, and cannot do that but it is coming out after I would usually stream. So that is probably going to go in Tuesday's slot today. Also, I was very tired, having been up most of the night on Saturday, so was not feeling great to stream. But here we are, ready to do things. So yeah. So, we're ready to do more pointing and clicking here in Broken Sword, and to see the greatest invention of all time. Yes. Look out for that. I mean, it will come up within the first, well, I was going to say 5 minutes, but no, it will come up in the opening few bits and pieces. At the Bull's Head it will happen, which we will be visiting in just a second when we leave the town of Marib that we're in, I believe. Are we in the town of Marib? I think we are. I know we're in Syria. So, without further ado, and without me remembering anything else to say to you, let's get on over to Broken Sword and continue our game. Or load, anyway. Marib, yeah, we're in the marketplace of Marib. We want the manual save. Right, we have, let's look at our inventory just to check. Yes, we have the toilet chain and the hand towel. Isn't that exciting? We have toilet keys. Can't give them back to the person yet because they've gone away. And what we need right now is $50, $50, so that we can hire Ultar's luxury taxi service. That was not a very good impression or anything. So, who do we know who might have dollars? Could it be these American people? Well, let's have a look and see if Dwayne...
Hi there, Dwayne.
Hi there, Dwayne.
Hi there, George. How can I help you, young fella?
You can... Boy? Oh, I can't. Well, I can show you this.
What does this toilet chain mean to you? It means that somewhere somebody can't flush the toilet.
I mean, they can. They just have to pull on the lever that the chain was attached to, rather than pulling the chain and being easy to do so.
Here I have a washroom towel. Yeah? No, that's it. Here I have a washroom towel. Oh, I was expecting a magic trick or something.
No magic trick for us. Just, here I have a washroom towel.
Okay, well, I'll see you around, Dwayne.
Count on it, George.
Well, now I will turn around and talk to Pearl.
Hello again, Pearl.
Do you want to give
Why,
me money?
hello, George. It's such a pleasure to see you again.
No, you don't want to give me money either, but I can show you this and the
What do you
washroom
think of
towel
this
again.
toilet chain?
My, but you're a strange one, George.
Look, a washroom towel.
Oh, George, you poor, poor thing. You've had a touch of the sun.
No, I'm fine, really.
I just
I've
take
got to go
things
now,
apart
Pearl.
and pick them up
It's
again
been
for
a
no
pleasure,
reason.
George.
All
Don't
right.
be a stranger.
Well, I know how to progress this. And now you are doing things over here. It is great. Look, he's playing with the ball we gave him. Yay! Amazing. Hello, Nico.
Hi, Nico.
I'm also going to
Hello
show
again, sir. And how may I help you this time?
you. You may help me by looking at this toilet chain.
What does this toilet chain mean to you?
Are you building a bathroom in easy installments?
Yes, I've also got some towels.
I borrowed this from the club Alamut.
How nice for you.
Yep. Bye.
See you around, Nico.
Ta-ta for now, sir.
Don't look at the kid's ball. What? It's just a red ball bouncing against the wall. But look what happens. There we go. It bounces all over the place. How interesting. What could we do with that? How could we make that happen? How could we make something happen with that? Well, it's very simple. As is the answer to most of life's questions. You pet the cat. Most of life's problems can be solved by petting the cat. Hello, little cat! And then it goes up there. And then you do that. And then bonk, bonk, bink. It sets the thing going. Oh no! It knocks on the floor! Whoa!
Hi, Nico.
Now the cat is gone,
Hello
unfortunately.
again, sir. And how may I help you this time?
Red ball. We can tell you about the red ball. You look up a guide that gives the answer. I mean,
What happened
No.
to your ball, Nico?
I regret to say that it has been confiscated by my father.
Oh, Nico, I'm sorry.
Not to worry, sir. Soon he will forget why he has the ball and put it on the stand, at which point I shall recover it.
I'm sorry about the statuette being broken as well.
Again, do not fret, sir. It has been on the shelf for a long time as merchandise. It did not have legs.
Now it hasn't got any arms either.
Very droll, sir.
I was gonna say, congratulations on being
So long, Nico.
Poodle peep, sir.
on making the hilarious, obvious pun.
The
Statuette.
fall hadn't done the statuette much good. It had lost its arms and gotten pretty chipped.
Well, a chipped, armless statue. What can we do with that? First of all, we can look at it. We got anything
The
better today?
statuette looked pretty sorry for itself after its fall, chipped with both arms broken off.
Alright, but now what if I talk to you about it? And show you, hey, I got the statuette.
Hi, Nico.
No.
Hello again, sir. And how may I help you this time?
Well, I'm just here to show off the statuette.
Yeah, I have this statuette. It is broken after all.
Certainly. And when my father deals with that feline for breaking it, you can have a Davy Crockett hat as well.
Oh, poor cat. Also, I don't know why it's gone there and not, at the end of the line.
See you around,
I
Nico.
guess they must
Ta-ta
have
for
specific
now,
places.
sir.
It must have been easier to put them in specific places rather than making it go to the end of the line and remembering where everything was. Alright, hey, Dwayne, do you want
Hi
a
there,
broken
Dwayne.
statuette? Oh, I stopped you
Hi
mid-step,
there,
that's
George.
great.
How can I help you, young fella?
I can offer you this statuette for only $50 American. I know Nijo was selling it and probably would have sold it for a lot less than that, but me, I charge $50 American. Remember what you did to the cat the next time the is up. Yeah.
What do you think of this?
I didn't do anything to the cat.
Looks
I
like
tried to
the
pet
kind
it.
of thing Pearl might be interested in. Not old enough, though.
Not old enough, you say.
Okay, well, I'll see you around, Dwayne.
Count on it, George.
Alright, well, hello, Pearl. Let me show it to you and see if you think it's
Hello
old
again,
enough
Pearl.
instead.
Why, hello, George. It's such a pleasure to see you again.
Do you want this chipped, battered
Are
statuette?
you interested in antiquities?
Ain't I? What have you got there, George?
How about this fine statuette?
Oh, George, that would be ideal, except, I don't know. It looks new, George. You wouldn't be trying to make a fool out of me, would you, George?
Good God, no, Pearl. Nothing could be further from my mind.
Yeah, I wouldn't try. I mean, I was just trying to give you this statuette that I had
I've got to go now, Pearl.
in exchange for $50.
It's been a pleasure, George.
At no
Don't
point
be a
was I thinking
stranger.
of trying to fool you. But now that you have rejected it, now I will try and fool you. Look, it's the grease paint stained tissue that we've been carrying around from the sewer in Paris. And it is being combined with the statuette. What do you think will happen now? It will now look like a clown, of course. That is exactly what will happen. And I will do it right in front of her. Well, I mean, I've turned my back
The
slightly.
plaster seemed to soak up the grease paint until it began to look like stone.
Ooh, now look at how different that looks now.
The grease paint had worked magic. Now it looked like aged marble instead of cheap plaster.
Now I can't remember if Dwayne will also buy the statuette from you and like give it to his wife, or whether you have to give it directly to his wife. So hey, Dwayne. Look, Dwayne.
Hi there, Dwayne.
So we will find out.
Hi
This does
there,
feel a little
George.
moon logic-y.
How can I help you, young fella?
What do you think of this?
Good gravy. Looks old.
Yeah, I had to turn this town upside down.
Boy, your luck's better than ours. Looks Roman.
I wouldn't know.
What do they say back home? How much do you want, George?
Oh, I couldn't. It's the find of a lifetime. I mean,
$50. Take it or leave it.
I'll take it. Here you go.
Okay, Dwayne also takes it. Fine. There
And
we
here
go.
you go.
Yay! And now we have 50 American. Look, let's show us
Thanks for
flash
the money,
cash.
Dwayne. This'll come in real handy.
I ought to be thanking you for finding this
Your mouth isn't moving.
Roman statuette.
You're a ventriloquist as well. Well, that's impressive.
Okay, well, I'll see you around, Dwayne.
Count on it, George.
I mean, not mysterious. What's the words? Ominous. Count on seeing them around, yeah?
Hello again, Pearl.
Why, hello, George. It's such a pleasure to see you again.
I would like to show you the statuette, but instead, I'm going to show you a wad
Here's
of
the
money.
money Dwayne gave me for the statuette.
Only $50. Oh, I hope you don't feel cheated.
No. I just hope
maybe.
you're happy with it.
But, you know, you're a fellow American.
I've got to go
So,
now,
you
Pearl.
know.
It's been a pleasure, George. Don't be a stranger.
Alright, Alta, I have $50 for you now. I cannot see the cat anywhere, and yet Mr. Kebab Man is still here. Let us hope it did not get turned into kebabs while I was doing business transactions. And I'm just trying to think if I actually know any ways in which to make a statue look aged, or for plaster, etc., to look aged. I think the answer is no. I mean, not on a forging level, but on a I am trying to make it look old as a prop sort of thing. Because I know you can do the old tea-stained paper and put it in the oven, not the microwave, and to make it look all singed around the edges, etc., so that it looks like older paper. You know, just so that it looks like a nice prop. But I don't know anything about how to make a statuette look more aged. So, I guess maybe that's a common thing to remember, but maybe it isn't. I don't know. Maybe it is moon logic-y to rub paint onto a statuette to make it look like stone.
Hello again, Ultar.
Praise be to Allah. I am blessed with your bountiful presence once more.
Yes. Look, I'm going to show you these 3 things in order.
What does this
Because
toilet chain
You want a
mean
toilet
to you?
chain?
You got brass back so you could steal chain? You're sure strange cookie, mister, yes?
Ah, right. Yes, we'll do that in a minute.
Look what I've got. The towel from the toilet.
What do you want with towel?
Well, I don't know yet, do I?
You sure a funny bod. Run around, collect things.
Yeah, I mean, that does sound like silly old me. Running around picking up things that I might need later for other things. But I know why I've got it, and I know that you will be happy to have it.
Look, Oltar, $50 US.
A splendid sum.
Exactly the
Exactly
amount
sufficient
of dollars.
for an exciting air-conditioned trip to the Bull's Head. What say you, oh adventurous one?
Yeah, that's where we want to go. So let's go for a drive. I'd be interested to know if we'd been given $60. Would he say, "Oh, that's the perfect amount to go out there"? And then we could go, "Oh, you said 50 earlier." All right.
Okay, it's a deal. Here's the
Well,
cash.
alas, prices go up.
Ah, most splendid. As you say, the cash price moolah is correct. Mister, we make with haste.
Where exactly is your taxi? Because the only vehicle I can see around here is an aging army surplus truck.
Yes?
Ah, okay. I'll be along in a minute.
Woo!
It didn't seem right to take off with the toilet keys, so I left them on the bar.
I mean, sure, it doesn't seem right to go off with the toilet keys, but absolutely everything else you've got, sure. I didn't care about
Hello again,
running
Oltar.
off with that.
His most splendid and adventurous client.
It is. Are you ready to go? We're getting in the Jeep. Ever closer.
That's your taxi?
to the best
Oh,
connection
yes,
ever.
most assuredly. Most entirely splendid taxi in all Marib.
It looks like an old army truck to me.
Bah! You Americans with your checkerboard caps and your Judd Hershes. You have lost sight of what a taxi should truly be.
What does that mean?
About 4 tons by the look of it.
There, you have hit the nail in the nutshell.
Okay already, let's go.
Regrettably not, most esteemed pair. There is a minor problem of a tiny nature. The fan belt has taken it upon itself to break.
So, what are you gonna do?
What can I do? I must wait for a ride to the garage for a replacement.
How long is that gonna take?
1 day, maybe 6.
I can't wait that long. We gotta get moving.
But how, my friend?
I'll think of something.
What object do you have in your inventory there, George? That is a continuous loop, just like a fan belt is. What is it? What could it be that you could use or give to Altar? Something that he just mocked you for having, maybe. That sure would be a good idea, wouldn't it? If it was something he mocked you for having, you could go, "Look, I knew it would come in handy." Yeah, I mean, knowing me, cat girl. No, don't kill cats. I don't hurt cats. Except when I deny my pets to them. As in petting them, not as in I, do not feed them gerbils. Although I would not feed them gerbils. Or mice if I had the pets with gerbils or mice. But yeah. No, it is a continuous towel. I mean, they really should have made that look more like a continuous belt, in order so that you could look at it and go, "Oh, I see. That looks like a fan belt, kind of, somehow." I mean, I'm sure this isn't a great repair, but it will get us where we want to go, and hopefully back again.
Is this any use to you?
My friend, the very thing, yes.
Oltar took the towel from me, cut it in 2 lengthways, and gave me half back. With his half, he did the kind of fan belt replacement that's normally done with stockings.
Now, if I knot the ends together, so... Serviceable, yes? Very serviceable indeed.
Stockings might work on a Bentley, but on a truck, the coarse toweling did the job nicely.
Come along, my friend. You want to see the bull's
Why would
head?
you need to knot
Yes.
the ends together when they're already together? Still, never mind. Off we go in our taxi. Exciting, adventurous driving, luxury taxi adventure. fully air conditioned, as in the windows open. Or there are no windows to open. Or, you know, you could just fall out. And you just wait down there. Don't worry about it. Later that afternoon. Whee! And we got a mess of towels. As ready as a four-wheel drive as it's going to be. Yeah.
It was the roller towel from the club washroom, now cut in half along its length by Ultar.
No, there we go. What can we do over here? I mean, this thing. There's a branch. And there's a crack. Well, let's have a look at this
Centuries
crack.
of hot days and cold nights had opened a crack in the cliff edge, deep into the living rock.
Well, let's go down then. Hey? No, apparently not. Apparently we can start to go down, but we can't actually go down. Because, I don't know. Never mind. Well, let's scan around for anything else. Pixel hunting. It's only the branch. Alright, well.
A young tree grew at the edge of the drop.
There's rock living. I mean, maybe. Meow. There it goes, away into my inventory. Because, you know.
The stick I'd broken off was
Everybody can see that.
surprisingly hard and inflexible.
Alright. You thought the last bit was moon logic. Well, prepare for this. I believe this is the bit where I use it. And it's not... Well, actually, let's try... I mean, the last time we did this, it's a crack. And I don't think this is right. No. Yes, it's time for... moon logic. Or, rather, the best invention ever. Torn towel plus stick equals...
With a flourish, I tied the end of the towel to the stick with a textbook reef knot.
And what have we got in our inventory now? What have we got? It's the...
I was now in possession of the patented Stobbart stick towel. If I could only think of a
Indeed.
use for it.
The best invention ever. The patented Stobbart stick towel. Does exactly what it says on the tin. It's a stick and a towel combined together for all of your stick towel needs. And patented, no less. So don't get any inferior quality knockoffs. No, only the Stobbart stick towel will do. It was hard and inflexible, just like me. As in the personality of George, yes. Alright, and now, look at this. The Stobbart stick towel goes into the crack.
I could see that crack would make a good
Yes,
anchor
You
point.
stick your hard and inflexible rod into the crack. Man, that is one... I mean, look at that. Look at how long that towel is. That towel was not that long when it was in our inventory.
Centuries of hot days and cold nights had opened a crack in the cliff edge, deep into the living rock. Well, that looked really safe. But I had no choice.
Yes, you
I
did.
hadn't anticipated going mountaineering when I'd come to Syria.
You could have just gone down regularly. Alright. Can we go back up? Can you jump?
There was absolutely no way that I was going up that thing again until I'd found why Klausner had wanted to come out here.
Alright, I guess we're stuck forever then. More like rarely safe. Indeed. Alright, well, here we are in a thing. What do we do now? What can we see over the edge? Nothing. I mean, I can do that.
I got that, go on, jump, it'll be fun, feeling you sometimes get at the cliff edge. If I managed to land on the truck without hitting a support, I might even survive it.
If I'd been a little bit younger, and a whole bunch more stupid, I might have gone for it.
Yeah, you're not stupid. You're the inventor of the Stobbart stick towel. Patented, no less. So, we know you're not stupid. Alright, well, I mean, here we are, up at this thing. What else can we do? I guess. Oh, look. I guess we can look at the hole.
Close up, the niche looked somehow artificial.
One of these artificial holes you've heard so much about. Well, there we go. In.
I didn't like the idea of putting my hand in there. But there was something in there. A metal ring. As wide as my hand.
Alright, well then do something with the metal ring.
I took a firm hold of the ring. And pulled. Whoa there!
It opened a door! Yes! In we go! Into the secrets. We will learn the secrets that are inside a bull's head. And it's not just, somebody's waving a rag at me. Must attack.
Around the corner, I found the corpse.
It's a corpse.
Oh my God. Klausner? Large as life and twice as dead. I'd hardly had time to accept the fact when I heard the door mechanism start up again. Oh man, no! The door had slammed shut, trapping me. I had a bad feeling about how Klausner had died.
I guess we're stuck in here forever. Let's go try that door. And beat our hands on it, eh?
I examined the door carefully, high and low. I looked for levers and rings to pull, panels and buttons to push like in the movies, and found nothing.
Excuse me. I mean, if you were Klausner and you were gonna die, and you knew you were gonna die, would you kill it? Would you settle down around the corner here? I guess maybe if you are a Templar and you believed in all of the Templar-like things, then you might die at the foot of your gods. Yeah, the representation of it. Or, let's keep on going round. Look, there's an important thing here. You might die there. Or, you might just be sitting with your back to the door. Yeah? Just so that when somebody else opens the door, you immediately fall out on them and give them a scare. Or you could have, I don't know, propped yourself up so that you had your arms up and you were going, "Wah!" when you died, just to scare them somehow. If you had rope and things and a pulleys and, had time to contemplate what was going on. But yeah, I'm not sure I would have died just sat slumped in the corner there. But then again, what do I know? I've never been trapped inside a bull's head before. So, what have we got here? It's a statuette.
A stone head bearing 3 bearded faces. It was a strange image, but a powerful one, redolent with antiquity and ancient mysteries. Sure was an ugly one, though.
Only 3 bearded faces in a single place, eh? Well, I don't know, that doesn't sound like a powerful image to me. Yes, never mind. I'm hilarious. Alright, what have you got on you, Klausner? Let's look at this dead body.
Without getting too close, I couldn't see any marks of violence, apart from his fingertips being scraped raw, and that seemed self-inflicted. Klausner had been pretty smart to get this far, but he was still dead.
Thank you for following when I looked at a dead man. And yeah, it does look very much like Indiana Jones with that hat and the whip, doesn't he? But, he was an archaeologist, not like Indiana Jones. What have we got on you?
Okay, all right.
Steel yourself, George.
Hey, what's this?
I don't know.
I'd found some kind of lens, a very old lens made from a very hard glass. That settled it. The knight on the manuscript had been holding a lens the whole time, not a crystal ball.
Well, that's great. Look, now you've got a multicolored lens.
It was the lens that I'd found on Klausner's body.
What else is on Klausner's body?
I'd searched Klausner once and knew that the lens was the only thing he'd been carrying. No portable phone, no demolition charges, no 5-course meal. You'd think international conspirators would go around better equipped.
Look, he had a water skin and a whip, and, you know, he was only Klausner, the archaeologist, whereas you are George Stobbart, the adventurer, and inventor of the Stobbart stick tail. Patented. So maybe, if you combine those items together, you will find a way out of here, where he could not. But, you know, maybe not. I don't know. Let's go and look at the only other thing in the room. It's a stone tablet. If I had tablets that were made out of stone and they still ran correctly, you know, that's amazing. I mean, ours need lots of electronics and plugging in every so often, but this one, it works all the time.
Up on the wall was an inscription, partially eroded by the ages. Something, in occidenta cita est, in ora mundi.
Ora mundi.
The Latin was clear enough, but what did it mean?
The mount's opening. It must be Ultar. My God, if he comes in, we'll both be trapped.
Ultar! Don't come in! It's a trap! Stay where you are!
Yay!
You!
Oh no, it wasn't Ultar.
Hello, Mr. Stobbart. We meet in the most unusual places.
Hello there, George Stobbart.
Please, do not make any sudden moves. I have no desire to maim you.
Welcome to the
Did
chat.
you say maim?
I did. Dead men tell no tales, as you say. And I want to hear everything that you have to tell.
And what if I don't want to talk?
Then I shall, most regrettably, have to kill you. Rest assured, however, that I am an excellent shot you would not suffer.
Oh, that's good. Believe me, I'm really assured.
It is rather dark in here. I think we should conduct our business outside.
Why should I make myself an easier target?
If I fire at you, Mr. Stobbart, I shall hit you even in here. But
Good to know.
unfortunately, my marksmanship will suffer. It could be the difference between hitting you in the leg or the groin.
Boy, it sure is hot in here.
No sudden moves, Mr. Stobbart.
I mean, if only I'd picked up that whip, I could have whipped the gun right out of his hand in an adventure movie kind of way. But, you know,
Now then,
I'm not that.
where shall we start?
How about being bosom buddies and you putting that gun away?
Klausner, do you know where he is?
And yeah, as I said, we're going to try and be truthful for this playthrough. So, yeah, it's time to be nice. And I believe, he said, when they were remarking on how dark it is in there, I believe in the director's cut, it is darker in there. As in, you have to light some torches around the tablet in order to see it. I think, if I remember correctly. But I'm not entirely, I cannot recall exactly. I've got a vague memory of that. But here we are. Did I already play the original game? I did indeed. I played the original, I played the director's cuts, I played both of them multiple times, certainly. I have played all of the other released games, all the 5 official games, which is great, and the unofficial 2.5 fan-made thing which came out as well, which was, you know, it was still a good game, but it wasn't as great as somebody who had huge amounts of time behind themselves and money to make the game, but it was still a good game, all the same. But yeah, I have played those things. And I think I played Well, no, I haven't played the 2.5 one on this stream, but the other ones I have done. So yeah. Good.
Yep, he's dead.
So, yeah.
Just around the corner of the cave. You
But
want to look?
I'll take your word for it. How did he die?
Starvation or dehydration by the look of it.
He was caught in this trap you were shouting about. Yes, I suspected as much. The Templars were not ones to give away their secrets lightly. Was he carrying anything of importance?
I said we're going to be truthful all the way through, so yeah. I don't think you can lose the item here. I mean, it's important. I don't think we need to grab it and do anything with it. So yeah, here we are. Yes!
Yeah, he was carrying some sort of lens. I've got it with me.
Give it to me.
I don't think so.
Don't be a fool, Mr. Stobbart.
If I give it to you, what's to stop you killing me?
I mean, you can
What
just
is
kill
to
me
stop
anyway.
me killing you anyway?
You might hit the lens.
Not if I shoot you in the head.
When I fall, the lens might get broken.
Yes. You plead convincingly, Mr. Stobbart. Perhaps you will live to see another day.
Good. I want to see another day. Days are great.
Was there anything else?
I mean, there was a map in there. Yes? Yes.
Well, there was something in Latin up on the wall.
What did it say?
In accidenta cita est, in ora mundi.
Ah, the words of Caesar. Yes, that makes sense.
Well, I know that roughly it means to the west, to the edge of the world. But what the heck is that about?
It tells me where the sword of Baphomet lies. Mr. Stobbart, I am sure that you are just what you appear to be. A gifted amateur.
Thanks, I think.
But I
Also
can
an
no
inventor.
longer tolerate your interference.
I'll just do what
There is far more at stake than you realize. I cannot risk you inadvertently helping my enemies.
So what are you going to do?
I regret that we must end this here and now.
What exactly do you mean?
I am a professional. You will feel no pain.
Oh, man. You're going to kill me?
Well, no.
Your only choice now is whether you die like a man or like a dog.
Well, yay! They've kept the icon of looking like a dog. I mean, I know how to get out of this, as I remember it. But hey, let's die like a dog.
Hey, look now. Don't kill me. I've got money. Maybe we can cut a
That's why I
deal.
want to see all
You
of the deaths.
disappoint me.
Whee! And maybe I destroyed the thing. And there's... Way! At least we're feeding people. That's great. Ah, and that was the end of George Stobbart's adventure. And somebody else got the patented George Stobbart stick towel invention and made millions off of it instead. Not him. Poor inventor of the Stobbart stick towel. Didn't hear that. And yeah, they really do look better. I wonder... Let's do this again. Oh no. All the way back here. Alright. I mean, we can see what the original kind of looked like.
Up on the wall was an inscription, partially eroded by the ages.
I don't know what it means.
Something.
Because we can... Oh, I
In
can't do it in this bit.
accidenta cita.
And I can also... Yeah, no, I can
The
skip.
Latin was clear enough.
There we go. Yeah,
But
we can
what
skip
did it
between the
mean?
two.
The mount's opening.
Yes,
My
it must be
God.
Altar. My God, Altar, do not come in here. Look at us skipping this
You!
thing.
Hello, Mr. Stobbart. We meet in the most unusual places.
Yeah, that really looks like a gun now, doesn't it?
Do not make
It's a
any
grey blob.
sudden moves. I have no
He's
desire
holding a grey
to
stick in his hand.
maim you.
Did you say maim?
But man, the imagination.
Dead men
makes
tell
you
no
think it's a gun.
tales, as you say. And I want to hear everything that you have to tell.
Seeing
And
as we're
what
going
if
to
I
have a
don't
look at the
want
death
to talk?
cutscene again
Then
in
I
this
shall most
version.
regrettably have to kill you.
Hey, look at
Rest
that. Baphomet
assured,
got a glow up as
however,
well.
that I am
Lovely.
an excellent
Oh, you got a
shot.
shield as
You
well,
would
and
not
swords.
suffer.
Oh, that's good. Believe me, I'm really assured.
It is rather dark in here. I think
Klaus
we
and
should
Schwartz looks
conduct
worse.
our business outside.
I mean,
Why should I make myself an
should look
easier
worse.
target?
If I fire at you, Mr. Stobbart, I shall hit you even in here.
alright, okay, well,
It
we'll
could-
skip all of this
Boy,
dialogue.
no.
And then we'll listen to we'll
Now
listen to all
then,
the alternative
Where
things. Yeah?
shall we start?
How about being bosom buddies and you putting that gun away?
Klaus, do you know where he is?
Richard's just redeemed loud noises.
Loud noises for this. I mean, I've already done the previous level.
Richard's just
But maybe,
redeemed
as we're gonna
hydrate.
Die like a dog. Maybe it should be. He said, doing vaguely whimpering type noises. So yeah. And hydrate. Well, I definitely have water. I can definitely do that. Thank you for making me take care of myself. Lovely. Now, I should clarify, I do actually drink water outside of these streams as well. I don't only drink water in these streams. But, you know, thank you for making me take care of myself during the streams. Alright, let us do all of the opposite options, seeing as we're just going to see the death scene again anyway. Just to see what it looks like here.
Who the hell's Klausner?
I followed his trail here, as I believe did you.
I never heard of this Klausner guy before. I just asked around about strangers and got lucky.
Luck is a commodity that you are sorely pressed for now, Mr. Stobbart. I have been watching you since you arrived in Marib.
You have? I never noticed you.
Yeah, who were you
Precisely
disguised
my
as?
point. You don't know what I know. Please bear this in mind when answering my next questions. Now, where is Klausner?
I don't know.
I'm telling you, I never heard of the man, and I don't know where he is. Now, if you're gonna kill me, just get it over with, because I've got a full itinerary.
Very well.
There's George dying overly dramatically again. Oh! Oh! We don't get to see the original cutscenes? Boo! Thumbs down. Worst remake ever. Oh. Now I'd have to try and install the original again in order to watch it. And I don't have a DVD/CD drive anymore, so, you know, I don't know how I would do that. I mean, I guess I've got it on GOG and on Steam. Although those might just both be the director's cut versions. No, I think GOG comes with the original as an extra, so to speak. The original cutscene was still the same sort of thing. I just wanted to see how it looked so we could compare the two. But no, only updated visuals. So yeah. It was. I don't know that the bird came in and like pecked, or did not peck, but stood there looking over the body. I think it was just there, and the vultures were in the background. I might be wrong. But, all right. Well, I mean, we can go back over to these, and then we can skip everything. I mean, we could go through all of the dialogues in here, all of the things.
And I didn't have all I could.
Well, then look at it. You didn't have your notebook, and you couldn't take any brass rubbings, and we all know what you're saying.
That would have to do.
Occidentalis,
The
meaning
mouth's opening.
from
It must be
the
Ultar.
west,
My God. If he comes...
or not Occidental, meaning from the west, right?
You!
And Oriental, meaning from the east.
Hello, me.
Hello, you. I'm coming out. Do not
Did
shoot
you
me in the groin.
And I.
Let us
And what
skip
if I
all of
don't-
your
Then I.
dialogue.
Oh, that's good.
It is.
Why should I make...
If I. But it could. All the.
Boy,
Not.
Alright. OG graphics, indeed.
Now then, where shall we start?
how about being...
With my
Cloud.
amazing George Stobbart's painted stick towel. Now, I believe you have to be nice all the way through. I might be wrong. Maybe you don't have to be nice all the way through. Maybe you have to be bad and then nice and then... Or maybe you can be bad and then nice. Before he offers you the chance to. Do you wish to die on like a dog or like a man? But I don't particularly want to go through all of the things again. As much fun as it would be.
Yep, he's dead.
So yeah, we're just going to skip all of this that we've already heard.
Was he carrying anything?
Yes, he was carrying something of importance.
Yeah.
It was a
He was
lens.
carrying-
It's in my pocket.
I
Don't.
If-
What is this?
You might.
Not.
You don't
When
know
I
what the
fall-
lens does.
Yeah.
Let me...
You plead convincingly, Mr. Stobbart.
Excuse me, they just put new graphics
Perhaps
above
you
the
will
OG game.
live
Yeah,
to see another day.
maybe.
Perhaps.
I mean, they added in at least one
Was
thing.
there anything else?
Because we found a poo. So not possible during the cutscenes. Yeah, maybe. They added in at least one thing, and yeah. Wouldn't
Well,
mind
there
going
was
back
something in
finding it.
Latin up on the wall.
Yeah,
What
we tell you about
in-
Occidentalis.
well,
It
or not
Mr. Stobbart,
Occidentalis.
a gifted amateur.
Hey!
Thanks, I think.
How
But
dare
I
you
can
insult
no
me like
longer
that?
tolerate your interference.
I'll
There
be a
is far
professional
more at
adventurer
stake
one
than
day.
you realize. I cannot risk you inadvertently helping my enemies.
So what are you gonna do?
I regret that we must end this here and now.
What exactly do you mean?
I am a professional. You will feel no pain.
Oh man, they're gonna kill me?
Your only choice now is whether you die like a man or like a dog.
I choose... This is, you know, a decision that will haunt me for the rest of my life, so I have to think about it carefully. Man. I'm a man. I'm a human, not a Hugh dog.
Okay, you're the boss. I'll take my medicine.
You are an honorable man, Mr. Stobbart, a rare breed. I should like to shake your hand.
Shake my hand,
Yeah.
you say?
Well, what the heck?
Are you
It was a
man or
long
muppet?
way
Or a
down.
muppet of a man.
Below, I could see Ultar's truck.
Okay. Quickly, quickly. I shake you by the hand with my hand-shaking device. Hey, look, it's the assassin. No! I couldn't get to the gun in time and died. Hopefully. Oh, well, we got fast forward. Hopefully, it saved it right at the end bit there. Yep, it did. Cool. Hello. Be hand buzzard again. And down. And now. Sorry. Bye bye. Woo! We escaped! Not only did he prove he was a man in that sense, an honourable man taking his medicine.
Luckily, the canopy on Ultar's
He was
truck
an amazing
broke my
adventurer as well.
Thank goodness for that.
So very
fall. The
brave.
worst part of the
or
experience
foolhardy.
was Ultar's driving.
What about the lens? Is it still in one piece?
Oh yeah.
Well, it's good to see you again, Josh.
Really? Well, I have to say, I'd have enjoyed Syria a lot more if you'd been there.
I wouldn't have been
Surprise on his
much.
face when landing and surviving.
Anyway, you did just fine on your own.
Well, yes. Hey, look, I brought back a. I brought you
I
something.
brought you a present from Syria.
Exactly.
Oh, George, you shouldn't have bothered. What is it?
This.
A necklace. It's rather heavy.
Ethnic craftsmanship at its most rustic.
Oh, of course, I love it.
You do?
It will always remind me of you.
Oh. Oh, I did not realise that you could get rid of it that way. Great. Amazing. Yes, I have my necklace. What I bought specifically for you. Yeah, that's great.
Have you any idea what this lens might be used for?
As a magnifying glass, obviously.
He was not that stupid. The man who invented the George Stobbart, the Stobbart patented stick towel was not stupid. I mean, how could you be to come up with something that amazing and marvelous? I mean, you saw the size of the towel that was there before, and then somehow it must have like doubled, quadrupled, maybe tripled, whatever, hexadupled in length. So it went almost all the way down. If you ever need something that goes almost all the way down to the bottom, but, you know, not quite, so that you can't reach it, then that is the thing. No!
Sleuth just redeemed Streech.
You can do a stretch! It's harder to watch me on vacation. Well, I'm not on vacation,
Just
so,
redeemed
you know.
Make me say a vowel.
It should be easy for you to watch me when I'm not on vacation. But you're on vacation. And you're sick as well. That's horrible.
Snake
Wow.
just redeemed sit on it and swivel.
Alright, well, we can do both of those. And another hydrate. I'll do the hydrate first of all. Even though that hasn't come up yet. There it is.
Snake just redeemed hydrate.
It's been a long time since I've had a drink. I mean, we were in Syria the last time I had a drink, and now we're back here in France. So, you know, ages. All that travel time, and I didn't have a drink. Alright. And then, because you want a vowel as well, so, and other things. Well, I'll unplug. Am I still, yes, cool. And we'll go over here, and I'll do a stretch. Everybody remember to stretch and make sure that your legs and other parts of you do not get cramp while you are sitting down for long stretches at a table or at a computer or whatever else you're doing. And then, the most important part of this is obviously, woo! Sit and swivel, round and round we go on a chair. And then I have to ask you, why? Why would you want to make me dizzy like that? Why? What is it about me swiveling round and round that causes you enjoyment? Why would you do this to me? What is it? Why can I not? What can I do to prevent you from doing this? Why would you want to torture me this way? Why? It's so sad that you get your kicks by torturing a poor person making a poor person slightly dizzy for, you know, only a few seconds. Still, there we go. If that's how you get your kicks, who am I to deny them to you? Right? And back over to the game, he said, trying to find the game button. There we go. Oh, I do need to plug this back in though, because it was getting low when I started it up. On Friday the 20th, you start with a sore throat and you've had it through to Monday, and now you're hacking. Oh no! Do not catch horrible diseases while you are off on your vacation. Well, don't catch them when you're back either. And, you know, particularly not when it sounds horrible and yucky and you got cute Fennec Fox photos available. Ooh! Lovely fox photos. That'll be great. I cannot not see those. That'd be great. Alright, well, did I show you the lens already, or was I interrupted and spun around? I don't think I did show you the lens.
Have you any idea what this lens might be used for?
Oh yeah, you said it was a
magnifying glass, obviously.
You did, didn't you? Oh. Well, maybe as it changed symptoms, maybe you got better from one thing, and now you've got a separate, different thing instead. You know, look on the bright side. Your body fought off one infection, and now it has a second one to deal with instead. I don't think there's anything more we can gain from looking at the manuscript.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Let's have a look at it anyway. Yeah, I see. Look, it was one of those three-faced thingies.
That's the face of the statue I saw at the bull's head. That's the face of the statue I saw at the bull's head.
You don't want to say, hey, it's the thing in the mirror, or anything. You just want to say, yeah, that's the statue. Alright.
There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces.
No, you have 3 hideous faces. And you're travelling back tomorrow. Well, I mean, it'll be good to get home, I guess. In familiar surroundings. I hope you're not spreading the sickness everywhere. That's not what I mean. I hope that there's not a contagious thing that is, just easy to get rid of, but you're just having a tiny bit of trouble to get rid of.
The Night Scroll bears a phrase in Latin. Through my teachings, you will be enlightened. And that's not a crystal ball. It's the lens I found in Marib.
Yay!
That's the clue that led me to Spain.
Ah, well, you're a smart person. I mean, that's not what... I wasn't talking about you, George, at that point. Masking and helping others. Because you have a horrible, horrible cough and are being sick. Well done. Good. You are a smart person for doing that. And empathetic towards everybody else. Very well done.
That's the clue that led me to the bull's head in Syria.
Alright. Yep, doesn't look like we got any... I mean, we've seen all of those already. So, yeah, looks like I am off to do something else. Bye. I mean, I know
I'll be back as soon as I can.
Okay.
Alright, we're back again. Hey! Classless Cave. Beat the assassin to a Templar artifact in Syria. Achievement unlocked! Woo! Alright, time to go onwards. And let's go back to the Musée Croon, first of all. Your prize is death. What? No, it isn't. I mean, we did see some death cutscenes because, because we died, but I wanted to see those. I mean, I guess it was my prize. Alright. Whenever I see the N95 masks mentioned... Oh, they still haven't... Nico, you said you were going to give back the tripod, and it's still not here. I'm going to have words with you. But yeah, whenever I see you talk about the N95 masks, I have never... I am not a fan of the series, but I cannot help but think of N7 for Mass Effect. Yeah? I don't dislike the series, I just never really got into it. But I cannot help but think, oh look, they've done so much better now. They're, what is it, 88 up? So yeah. Alright, well, it is time for us to go to Morfakel and deal with... Hey! The policeman came back. Hello.
I think he suspected me of being the mysterious Sewer Jacques. And the last thing I needed at the moment was to be arrested for crimes against public sanitation.
Why did he even come back then? I guess because you don't know when you're going to be here. It could occur at a different point. Because this is one of the very few things where, you can do them in any order. Yay! It's Man. Hello, Man. I've been waiting for you.
A priest stood by the pews, energetically polishing something.
Nobody discuss what it could be while he's facing that way and his hands are in that position.
Excuse me, Father.
Pardon?
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Not at all, monsieur. It will be my pleasure to help you.
Alright, well, the first question I have for you is, what do you think of this?
There's grease paint on this tissue.
Oui, you are correct.
What about this?
Have you seen this man before?
No, I have never seen him before.
I wish to shock you, priest.
I thought about using the shake and shock on him, but I couldn't do that to a priest.
Yes, you could.
I've got a red nose.
Oui, so you have.
Okay, thank you.
I have here a sewer key.
Ah, oui?
I don't know why I'm showing you this.
Neither do I.
Why not?
Have you ever heard of this guy?
No, monsieur. I'm afraid not. Is he a friend?
Not really. More of an acquaintance.
He's tried to kill me in Syria, so I guess we're not best friends? But maybe a friend? I'm not sure.
I was in Ireland recently and I brought back this plaster.
My sister brought back a shillelagh.
How'd she get that through customs?
Have you ever seen anything like this lens?
No, never. The glass seems subtly colored in some way.
Yeah, I've never noticed that before.
You never noticed that the lens, which is multicolored, seemed multicolored. Alright, fine, okay. Alright, now I've shown you almost all of the things. Now, I will talk to you. Hello!
How long have you worked here?
Hardly work, monsieur. This is a calling. I have been helping Father Flambert for nearly 6 months now.
Oh.
I guess you don't know much about the history of this church, then.
Just a little.
What do you know about the history of this church?
You've got quite a shine on that candlestick.
No?
Ah, oui. Anything less than best would be an insult to the Almighty.
I guess so. I never thought of it like that.
Nor would you. Alright, tell me anything you know about the Templars.
What do you know about the Knights Templar?
You have come to the right place, if that is your interest. Many of them were executed in the square outside. It was a disgrace to France.
Well, the Pope was right behind it, though.
Clement V was a man of mammon, not of God.
That's kind of forthright for a priest, isn't it?
You think so? It is hard to be sure what happened. It is so long ago.
You must be proud to have such an incredible collection of stained glass.
Pride is a sin, monsieur, but it is hard not to marvel when the light shines through them. It is a fine example of the artisan's genius.
Alright, well, how about I show you this chalice?
What do you make of this chalice?
It certainly looks very old.
About as old as this church, I think.
There seems to be an engraving on it.
Yeah? What does it say?
I do not know, it is very tarnished. With your permission, I could try polishing it. I promise I will be very careful.
I didn't know you could damage anything by polishing it, but apparently you can. Alright, yeah, go ahead, do the thing.
That'd be very good of you.
This shouldn't take very long. Feel free to look around.
What was it that you was
Okay,
polishing before?
thanks.
Was it a candle holder? I'm not sure. There he is, doing his thing.
A priest stood by the pews, energetically polishing something.
We know what the something is now. You could have changed the voice line, but alright. No. Alright, and we know, where is it? There it is. It is time to fit a lens. Wait, I want, do I put it together, first of all? By looking at you?
A statue of a knight holding a staff and a scroll. On the end of the staff was some kind of disc with a cross on it. Around the base of the disc was a hairline crack.
Was it?
Well, I could have just taken the end off the staff, but I wanted to be sure what I'd be getting out of vandalizing a church, other than deported.
Oh.
A scroll was a symbol of scholarship. I knew that much. A scholarly knight. That rang a bell. A very Spanish bell.
Bing, 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 bing.
Per disciplinum meum lux videbis.
Hey, look. It's a picture.
A bit of a stained glass window. Wow! Hoping for a big insight while squinting through a hunk of statuary had been pretty optimistic, I guess.
Yeah, that seems silly, but what if you were to squint through it through a lens? Would that make it any better? Also, don't forget to collect the lens afterwards.
The lens fitted into the end of the scroll like a hand into a glove.
Like a glove?
Hey! A Knight Templar burning at the stake, and a date.
That's
Let me
different to what's
see.
up there.
MCCCXIV. That's 1314.
Yes. Collect the lens. Or are we going to look at it again? No, alright. You just leave it there.
A Knight Templar burning at the stake, and a date.
Yep. Alright. Hi. Hi, man. I found a date. I mean,
Hello again, Father. Hey, thanks.
It is my pleasure, monsieur.
What was the writing on the chalice?
It was not writing, my mistake. It was a coat of arms. The remarkable thing is that it seems very familiar.
Yeah?
Oui, I think I have seen it on that war tomb in the far corner. That winged horse is quite distinctive.
Ooh. I was going to say, it should have looked more polished, and I could have sworn that it was going ding in the original when it was done. But yeah, alright.
Did you know that the center window conceals an image of a man burning at the stake?
The burning man?
What, you knew?
That there was a hidden image? No. But the church has a reputation for being haunted. Many times, people have claimed to have seen the burning man in the window. But when others they look, there is nothing. Perhaps the light has to be just so for the figure to appear.
Yeah, or maybe you need a special lens.
Well, there we go. We have done it. Let me show you this again.
Boy, what a shine you got on this!
Merci. It is all in the wrist action.
Alright, thank you.
Catch you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Charging your phone for 2 hours and it's now down to 62% means it's time for a new phone. I guess so. Or to do less heavy intensive things on it, I'm afraid. Alright, now are you the tomb in the corner?
No. It couldn't be. Could it?
Yes.
Now that my attention had been drawn to it, there was no mistake. There was no name on it, but the coat of arms was undeniably the Pegasus of the De Vasconcelos family. I'd found the last resting place of Don Carlos. My eye was drawn to the biblical references carved into the edge of the tomb. Hey, maybe these biblical references mean something. Psalms 32:7, John 4:11, Corinthians 1:4-5,
Easy for you to say, yeah.
just one more. Psalms 22:21. I may not be perfect, but I've got a memory like a steel trap. The chalice had led me to these inscriptions, but it looked like a happy coincidence to me. After all, the De Vasconcelos arms were already on the manuscript. Nope, I was still convinced that the chalice had some significance all of its own.
Well, there we go. We did it! Huzzahs! We found the dead man. And, wouldn't you have guessed it, he was in a place where, dead men come to rest. Who would have thunk that we would have found him in a dead place? Still, there we go. You got anything to say about my amazing discovery? Hey, I found a dead man over there. No? Alright. Dead men tell no tales. Yar.
Hello again, Father.
I mean, that is true.
Bonjour, monsieur.
But
How
people tell
pleasant to
tales
speak to
about
you
dead
again.
men. No, you got nothing to say? Alright, bye.
Catch you later.
Au revoir,
I'm-
monsieur.
jetting off again. Leaving on a jet plane. I don't know the rest of the song, nor am I very talented at singing. I don't know when I'll be home again. Might possibly be the next lines of that song. Want to leave. Gonna go and see. We're gonna go see Nico first of all. The Rougerie. I don't think I've got anything to tell her. Though I might be able to say, hey, I'm going off to Spain. Have you buzzed Nico?
Hi, how you doing?
I mean, I came up here.
George.
I don't need to buzz her. Hey, I'm sitting on the comfortable seats now.
I saw this story this morning.
Oh,
It
well
won't
done.
make me journalist of the year, but I can't afford to pay the electric bill.
Wow.
What have you been up to?
Listen, remember the missing Spanish Templar? I found his
Vaguely.
tomb in the church at Montfaucon.
So he's dead then?
I wish you wouldn't be so sarcastic.
I was only joking, George. The Countess will be delighted.
Yeah, maybe this'll help lift the curse.
What now? Are you going to dig up his bones?
There's no need for that. Well, not yet. What I still don't understand is the significance of the chalice.
Yes, there must be something we're missing.
Look how it looks now. It's amazing.
Look at the chalice now, Nico.
What happened? It's shiny.
The priest at Montfaucon buffed it up for me.
That's incredible.
Yeah, looks as good as new.
No. You found a use for a priest. That's incredible.
Oh, ho, 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 ho. Alright, well, I don't need to do anything else here. I'm going off to España again.
I'll be back as soon as I can.
Okay.
I'll be back as soon as I can, but I'm leaving the country without telling you I'm leaving the country. Let's go to the cafe quickly. No, it must be in the second game. I can't recall when this man comes back. It must be the second game. And we'll go to the Musique Rune again, just quickly. Have you got anything to say on the significance of the chalice that is buffed? The chalice that is polished. Yeah, it's not quite the
Hi,
same.
Andre.
Hello, Georgie. Where
Hello.
have you been? Nicole said you were away.
I just
was.
returned from Syria.
Syria? On the trail of the Templars?
It's a long story, but I found the bull's head.
Don't tell
It was
everyone.
referred to on the manuscript, remember?
Yes. What is it?
A secret cave built into a high cliff face. In the cave, I discovered a map bearing a phrase in Latin. In accidenta cita est in ora mundi.
The island of Britain.
Lies at the edge of the world to the west.
Strange. That map seems to contain a series of pointers.
Like I said, it's a treasure map.
Ooh. Oh, do you know about Baphomet?
While I was in Syria, I discovered a strange pagan statue. It was like a head with 3 bearded faces. Horrible.
That sounds as if it could be Baphomet, the idol described by the Templars.
The poor Knights of Christ had an idol that looked like that?
Allegedly. The description of the idol came from the evidence extracted by the Inquisition. Mind you,
Extracted.
not one statue or idol was ever found on Templar property. Until now, that is.
Oh, do we have
Just
to do this
last
bit
month,
first? Do we?
A statue of Baphomet was unearthed right here in Paris,
Where?
at the Institut Hermetique de Naval. The statue is beneath the foundations. It was discovered by some workmen while renovating the building.
All right. Looks like we'll be going and doing that rather than jetting off to Spain.
Can you tell me any more about the statue of Baphomet?
It's a fearful image even now, a bearded head. The base of the statue is carved with Templar symbols. One of the workmen noticed a curious stain at the base.
He claimed it looked like blood.
Blood.
That's right.
Alright. Well, hey, look, we polished up the chalice, which is why I came back here, to see if you recognised or could tell me anything about the coat of arms that's on here.
What do you make of this cup,
I
Andre?
guess you're not...
It's a 14th century communion vessel. Spanish, probably.
You sure know your onions.
Yeah, alright, you just got that to say. Alright, well,
Thanks for your help, Andre.
I'm glad I came here.
You're welcome.
Because now... we can go to the site du Baphomet. I can make it into a hat. What do you make of this paper? Here we are. Hey, you. It's a painter.
The painter didn't seem to regard the painting as too important. Not as important as a cigarette break, anyway.
Oh, good. There's a paint pot.
The painter had a pot of gunmetal gray primer hanging from the barrier.
And a wheelbarrow.
A well-used wheelbarrow was sitting by the rubble-filled dumpster.
Well, let me look at it.
A well-used wheelbarrow was sitting by
Just
the
gonna
rubble-filled
shrug
dumpster.
and then give me the same line again. Alright, okay.
Hey, monsieur, get away from my paint pot.
Okay.
I should think so. Meddling with a man's paint pot. Pah.
Oh, I just thought this is a puzzle that only works now. Or then. It would not work in the current day. I suppose it would have worked earlier as well. But it does not work in the now times. In our real world times anymore. Because everybody would have mobile phones. And a phone is important to this puzzle. Anyway, I want your paint pot.
Hey, monsieur, get away from my paint pot.
Okay.
I should think so. Meddling with a man's paint pot. Pah.
But, alright. Well, okay, workman. Mobile phone is a bane to modern stories. I mean, you can do interesting things with them as well.
The painter didn't seem to regard the painting as too important. Not as important as a cigarette break, anyway.
You could have somebody tracking them through their mobile phones, or mobile phones could, I mean, not to bring this up after the recent things that have happened, but mobile phones can have explosives in them. So that if you dial a particular number or something, they can explode, so then it's like, oh my god, how did our head explode? Nobody notices it was the phone that exploded. Oh, the killer can make head explodes at a distance. I told you I could. Although, you could do that with just about any device. Although, the phone next to the head means increased chance of death. Yeah. Alright, painter, what have you got to say?
Excuse me, could you help me?
What is it?
I've got a few questions.
First of all, would you like to shake my hand?
I was pretty sure the Shaken Shock had shot its bolt in Syria.
But I'm still carrying it around as a useless item. Never mind. Hey, tell me about yourself.
You're doing a fine job.
Merci. I have my professional pride.
I don't think I've ever seen a Gauloise smoke so stylishly.
It's a natural talent.
I'm being sarcastic.
I'm being indifferent.
You're very good at that as well.
Merci. Vive l'indifférence.
Tell me some more.
So, what are you doing here?
I am having my break.
Yeah, I mean when you finish your break.
When I finish my break, an interesting concept, monsieur.
You'll probably need to think about it.
I could have another cigarette while I consider. Perhaps tomorrow too?
Okay, let me put things differently. What were you hired to do here?
I was hired to keep the archaeological dig in the basement of this building clear of debris, and to touch up damage to the door frames with my little pot of paint. It's a very responsible job.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I'm not a very responsible person.
Alright, what do you know about the dig?
So what do you know about the excavation?
I know they won't let me in to do my job. I would complain to my union, but là,
You couldn't be bothered to join.
right. Tell you what, though. I'm surprised at the sort of people interested in this excavation.
Really? Who's been interested?
What's
clown?
unusual about the visitors to the excavation?
None of them look like archaeologists to me.
Do you know what an archaeologist looks like?
Three-piece suits, crocodile-eyed attaché cases, Rolex oyster.
But no archaeologist dresses like that.
Quite right, monsieur, quite right.
So, who are they?
Who cares as long as they pay me?
I mean, you might, if they suddenly start ruling the world and you realise, if only I had denied them access to that place just once, then they wouldn't be ruling the world.
What does the word Templar suggest to you?
Never read just French stereotype?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Well, there we go. Now I know nothing. I mean, he doesn't have onions around his neck, and he's not carrying a French loaf, so you know, or a baguette. So he's not quite as outrageous a French stereotype as possible.
I've got a sewer key.
I used to work in the sewer.
Oh? What happened?
I had a cigarette break in a pocket of methane. A manhole cover landed on the other side of the Seine and I was sacked.
I have a red nose.
Imagine.
Hmm.
A greasy tissue. Don't get it too close to my cigarette, monsieur, or there'll be a conflagration.
Wow, you know a pretty impressive English word there. Better than my French.
Have you seen this man before?
Yes, he asked me a lot of questions, just like you.
Did you let him in?
Have you seen this man before?
Yes, he asked me a lot of
no
questions,
follow-ups.
just like
All right.
you.
Has a guy calling himself Merlin been nosing around?
Was he wearing a t-shirt with "My name is Merlin" on it?
I doubt it.
Then how the hell am I supposed to know his name just by looking at him?
He might have said, "Hello, my name is Merlin. Would you answer some questions for me?"
I have some plaster of Paris.
Amazing.
I have a...
Have you ever seen anything like this?
Yes, it's a communion chalice. I know, you know, I used to be an altar boy.
You?
Yes, me. What's so funny about that?
Nothing.
Alright, well, thank you very much for your
Be
time.
seeing you.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Can I now have your paint pot?
Hey, monsieur! Get away from my paint pot!
Alright.
I should think so. Meddling with a man's paint pot. Pah!
To you two. Oh, archway. I think
The
that's
archway was topped by a fancy balustrade.
new. No, it wasn't. That is not fancy balustrade. That is a no... Well, I mean, I'm making a subjective judgment here, but that is not fancy. Do you want to shrug?
Oh, darn. I'd left my grappling hook at home. No way could I get up there.
Just invent something, George. You know, like the patented stick towel. I'm sure it'll be just as good. Or instead, let's have a look down here. Hey. Oh no! They've got somebody guarding the place. Hello.
A guard stood by a door I guessed led to the excavation. He looked pretty pompous. Well, not so much pretty, just pompous.
Alright, well, let's...
That guard had been put here to guard something. My guess was that the excavation was behind that door.
What about this door?
There was a closed door with toilet scratched into the cheap veneer.
Well, I don't need to go to the
didn't
toilet.
think that the guard would just let me waltz past. Besides, I had a hunch that door was locked.
I mean, why don't you just go over there and try it and find out? That's the way to do things, right?
A guard stood by a door I guessed led to the excavation. He looked pretty pompous. Well, not so much pretty, just pompous.
Indeed, the pretty pompous guard.
Hi? Excuse me?
Oui?
I am here to talk to you. Have you seen this man?
Have you seen this man before?
Oh,
You have.
non?
You have.
Have you seen this man before?
Oh,
You have.
non?
Are you sure? Tell me.
So, what exactly are you doing here?
I'm guarding. You expect to find me sharing sheep?
Take it
Maybe.
easy. I just didn't realize you were a guard.
What are you guarding?
I'd like to know what you're guarding, please.
That's a secret.
It wouldn't happen to be an archaeological site, would it?
Are you asking me or telling me?
I'm
Both.
telling you.
Then why ask?
I had a feeling this was no normal hole in the ground.
I had a feeling that this guard's obstreperance was no normal obstreperance. He was being particularly obstreperous. Tell me about the Knights Templar.
What do you know about the Knights Templar? There was a long pause during which the guard said nothing. Then he said,
Nothing.
nothing at all?
Is this a test?
What, like a history pop test?
No, like a test.
Okay, yes, it's a test.
Then I know absolutely nothing about the Templars.
So he has obviously been hired to see, or by the Templars, who have said, "Hey, we're the Templars. Come here and do jobs for us."
The guard was being amazingly evasive. It was going to take more than goodwill to get past him.
Fortunately, I had fists. No? Shake my hand.
I was going to have to get rid of this thing. It was dead.
No, I mean, I don't think any of the things that you currently have in your pockets here could be classified as alive.
This gadget is a sewer key.
So it is.
Oil.
I've got a red
or plastics
nose.
made out of oil.
Oh,
Look, a tissue stained with grease paint.
ah, just what I've always wanted. If you give me that, you can enter through the door.
Yes!
Of course not. What would I want with an old tissue?
I don't know. I used it for some pretty amazing things.
Have you seen this man before?
Oh,
You have.
no.
Do you recognize this name?
No.
I got this plaster from Ireland.
Not an exciting souvenir.
I thought better of showing him the chalice. He might be on the conspiracy's payroll, and I didn't want to risk it.
Oui. You have...
A sudden urge to sing. Care to join me?
No, no singing in here.
Oh, but what could George have sung? What song would George have chosen?
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Alright, well, I want to get through the door, please.
I didn't think that the guard would just let me waltz past.
Alright.
Besides, I had a hunch that door was locked.
Alright, well, never mind, I'll go to the toilet instead.
There was a closed door with toilet scratched into the cheap veneer.
That door's locked, monsieur.
Okay. Thank you. Why is the door locked? I need to use it. I
Hi
have
again.
What
No.
is it?
urgent business.
Trying to get into a locked washroom. I had the strongest feeling of deja vu. I'd like to
What?
use the washroom, but the door's locked.
Why would
Oh,
you have
that's
that?
no problem. You can have the key.
Thanks.
Cool. Now we got the keys. Bye.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Ooh, dumpster.
A dumpster with some debris in it.
Well, let's go searching the dumpster. 1 second. I know I said I needed to use the toilet, but I want to look
Yep,
at this dumpster.
That was definitely debris. I couldn't see any use for a collection of dirt and half bricks.
I mean, I can think of something. There's another doorway.
The doorway was full of assorted old tea chests, cardboard boxes, and so on. All empty and all uninteresting. The doorway led to an old utility closet that had lost its door. There was nothing interesting in there.
Alright, okay, well, let's have a look at the bunch of keys.
On the keyring was a big old key. that looked like it might fit the excavation door.
Well. Well, 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 well. An excavation door, you say? It's the toilet.
A huge pile of coal lay in the corner to fuel the boiler.
Then
Real
fuel it.
high-tech stuff.
Yeah, fuel it.
I didn't want any coal.
That's not what you'll be saying in the next game there, George.
It was a big old boiler used for heating the building. The thing felt really hot. Big demands seemed to be being made on it. I didn't need to get near to tell the toilet needed cleaning. Being in a charming comfort station like this made me think fondly of the toilet in Syria. That place was kept in pretty good order. At least, it had been until I vandalized it. Still, it was all for a good cause.
Yeah, I gave Nico a necklace.
A bin stood in the corner. It didn't look like it had been emptied for a while. I wasn't that interested in what might go into a restroom's garbage to investigate.
Yes, you
A
are.
hand dryer was mounted on the wall. If the club Alamut had used one of these instead of a roller towel, I'd probably still be stuck in Marib.
Oh, aren't you lucky that you don't? You weren't then. Ah, warm hands. That's great.
A filthy wash basin hung on the wall. I didn't want to use that unless I really had to.
Look, there's some taps.
The taps were rusty. Oh boy!
Rusty
The
taps.
cold taps washer looked to have failed. It was just dribbling down the sink.
And there's some soap.
Oh boy! Dirty soap! How do they do that?
And now it's in your pocket. Can I? Thank you.
It was the bar of soap I'd stolen from the washroom of the excavation site.
Oh boy. Hello, God.
Hi again. What is it?
I have soap to show you now.
What was I supposed to say? Hey, look what I stole.
Yeah, pretty much.
Here's the keys. Thanks. Merci, monsieur.
Alright, bye.
Talk to you later. Au revoir, monsieur.
Telephone. Let's use the telephone.
Do you mind if I use the phone?
Be my guest. I'm paid to guard this door. The phone can look after itself.
Ha ha ha. Oh look, immediately
Hi,
calling Nico.
George, what have you discovered?
Nothing yet.
Nothing. Is something wrong?
No.
George, why are you calling me?
Oh, no reason. I just wanted to hear your voice.
You did. Well, this is my voice saying, don't bother me, I'm busy.
Oh.
Well, you know what I'm immediately going to do, don't you?
Hello, Nico. It's me.
What do you want?
Nothing.
Some ideas.
You're
Oh.
the man on the spot, George. I can't hold you around all of the time. Au revoir.
I wouldn't
Oh,
mind
but
if
I
you
need
held it at least
ideas.
some of the time.
But tell me things. I need answers.
I figured I'd best not bother Nico again until I'd got a good reason.
All right. Well, here's a reason.
Hi again.
What is it?
It's the old. I need the toilet.
I
trick.
need to use the toilet again.
Again? Already?
I have this problem. How technical do you want me to get?
Never mind. Here's the key.
Yay! I don't know if I can do it out here, so we'll
Talk
try
to you
it.
later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
I will try using the key on the soap immediately in front of him.
I figured this was better done out of the guard's sight.
All right then. Thank you. Out of his sight, you say. Do.
Hey, monsieur, don't go with my keys.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, because even though you didn't see it, I locked the door again. All right, now I can do it. Used a bunch of keys in the soap to make an impression.
I made an impression of the big key in the cake of soap.
Cake.
The bar of soap had the imprint of a key in it.
Alright. Let me out. We're doing this one at a time. Hello.
Hi again.
What is it?
I've got this thing.
What was I supposed to say? Hey, look what I stole.
And I made an impression in it.
Here's the keys. Thanks.
Merci, monsieur.
Alright, well, you don't need to...
I
oh,
got
no.
this plaster from Ireland.
Sorry.
Not an exciting souvenir.
It's very exciting.
Talk to you
just
later.
don't know your things.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Time to use the plaster of Paris in the soap. In front of you. Hey, look. I am making it.
I carefully sprinkled the plaster into the soap mold I'd made of the key.
And I did it right in front of the guard, but the guard would be fooled by my key.
I had filled the key's imprint in the soap with dry plaster.
Dry plaster. Well, I need to go back to the toilet again, please.
Hi again.
What is it?
I need keys.
I need to use the toilet again.
Again? Already?
I have this problem.
I need to go.
How technical do you want me to get?
Oh, never mind. Here's the key.
Yes, it is the key. It is the key that I want. I mean, yes.
Talk to you later.
Definitely.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Bunch of keys. Ooh. Alright, now to use the dry plaster with the soap and the taps. Several minutes later.
Well, it had taken a while, but I had made myself a completely unconvincing plaster key. Way too fragile to use in a lock. I'd have to substitute it for the real one. Trouble was, it looked like plaster and not metal. Then again, that plaster statue in Syria hadn't looked like stone until I'd been a bit artful with it. Maybe I could improve the key as well.
Maybe.
It was my
Excuse
plaster
me.
copy of the excavation key. Trouble was, it looked like plaster, and it felt like plaster.
Alright, well, it looks and feels like plaster, but what if I was to give it to you?
Hi again.
What is it?
Hey, smart. Why don't I just tell him that I'm trying to break into the excavation?
Sounds good to me.
Here's the keys. Thanks.
Merci, monsieur.
Alright, well, I know what I need.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Hey, Nico. But I don't know if I can do it right now.
I figured I'd best not bother Nico again until I'd got a good reason.
I've got a good reason. The reason is I want to go upstairs. Or I want to use you to do a thing. Hello. Can I show you my plaster key? I didn't show you the
Hi,
soap.
it's me again.
Ah,
What now?
now I will never know what you would have said about the
I
soap.
made this key out of plaster.
Outstanding. How clever. How pointless.
Alright, bye.
Be seeing you.
Au revoir, monsieur.
I want to use just a tiny bit of your paint.
Hey, monsieur. Get away from my paint pot.
Okay.
I should think so. Meddling with a man's paint pot. Pah.
Excuse me. Alright.
Collard.
Hi, Nico. It's me. I'm at the excavation site.
I don't
Hi,
know how you
George.
were meant to
What's
work this
happening?
out.
I'm at the excavation, but they won't let me in.
Damn. We need to know what's in there.
Don't worry. I've got a scheme. I'm going to need your help, though.
Okay, what do you want me to do?
I want you to keep somebody on the phone for a while.
Who?
A painter. I need to get at his pot.
Oh, okay.
Stay on the line. I'll go and get him.
See, I'm not sure how you were meant to work out that this is what you're doing, given that last 2 times you phoned Nico, she said, nah, I'm not, I can't. Alright. Hey, buddy.
Hi, it's me again.
What now?
Well, there's a telephone for you.
You've got a phone call.
For me? Are you certain?
It's a woman. She sounded hot.
What woman? She must be mistaken, monsieur.
Well, she asked for that hunk of a man with the nicotine fingers and his ass hanging out of his pants.
Hey.
Certainly sounds like me. Stand back. It wouldn't do to keep the lady from her hunk.
Now he's gone away. Now we can look at his paint pot all we want. I don't know what you want to do with it now. Alright, well, let's go downstairs. Hello. Are you wrapping up your phone call?
Well, monsieur, what a strange woman. She was all over me, and then suddenly, nothing but abuse.
Really?
What? Abuse? Ah, well, I have a cigarette to finish. And, monsieur, if she calls again, I am not available.
Well, guess what? I need you to do it again, Nico.
Hello, Collard.
Hi, Nico. I messed up.
You messed up. What are you going to do now?
Could you, talk to the painter again?
Oh, I don't know. I kind of burnt my bridges there.
Please? You could try.
Okay, just don't go a puppy dog on me. Go and get him.
I will go and get him. Up we go. Hey, it's that woman again. Or it's an entirely different woman who sounds equally hot.
Hi, it's me again.
Or at the very least,
What now?
sounds interested in you.
That woman's on the phone for you again.
I don't want to talk to her. Sarcastic, stuck-up.
She
Also,
sounded
there's an
really
achievement
sorry.
for doing this. So we're doing this.
Oh, sorry.
Seriously sorry.
All right, I will talk to her.
Man, all those cigarettes he's throwing away. He's not, carefully stubbing it out on his hand or knocking the edge off on the thing next to it, on the barrier next to him there, so that he can, save it and have the rest of it in just a bit. Hello.
That did not go very well.
No?
No, she told me what I could do with my brush. My eyes water to think of it.
Well, I don't know what you could do. Do it
Hello.
again.
Hi.
George, what happened?
I just came back
You
straight
messed up
down.
again. Oh, why is this so difficult?
Uh,
I guess so. Just go and get him.
Alright, let's walk away. Is the phone dangling? It is. Nice. Onwards! Alright, one last time.
hi, it's me
Either
again.
way.
What now?
The joy of Chivo hunting. Indeed.
You've got another call.
Oh, great.
No, honestly, she sounds really sorry.
I mean, also,
If
we
I
get to hear
wanted
these lovely
abuse, I
voice
could
lines.
stay at her. But I am a slave to my libido. Wish me luck.
Alright. And now, this time, absolutely, plastic key in the paint pot. Do 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 do. Now, if we look at the key,
The plaster key had soaked up the paint nicely, and now looked pretty convincing. Still felt like plaster, though.
Ah, that is a shame. Oh, there's a railing.
The gate was surrounded by some pretty fancy ironwork.
See, that is moderately fancy. Not like they say this is fancy, and it is not. But yeah. There's got
I
lots
couldn't
of
climb
swirls
over.
and things. Also, you could just walk through this door.
I despair. She has such a sexy voice. But the things she says with it.
I mean, that is certainly one pronunciation of sexy. And there we go. Repeat offender. Waste yet another opportunity to decorate. Achievement unlocked. Except I didn't waste it this time. Hey, guard.
Hi again. What is it?
Hearing that person talk about
I need to use the
sexy voices.
a toilet
I need to
again.
use the toilet again.
Again? Already? I have this problem. How technical do you want me to get?
Never mind. Here's the key.
Thank you. Bye.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
I'm just going to do this right in front of you because I did the soap in front of you as well.
I figured this was better done out of the guard's sight.
Alright, okay. So maybe... Oh, no. I need keys. Otherwise you're just going to shrug. I mean, I suppose it... Oh, no, I do need the keys, so I have to do it in here. Yep.
Quickly and without fuss, I swapped the fake key for the real thing.
Woo! I've got a real key!
It was the key to the excavation. Now, I'd substituted the fake key for the excavation key. It looked okay, but felt false.
Alright, well... I don't think we can... If we try and leave this place... I don't know what happens. I mean, obviously we cannot.
Monsieur, don't go with my keys.
Yeah, so we are stuck and cannot leave this place anymore. So, what we have to do, if he can feel the difference with his hands, we have to make sure his hands don't function. So, let's pick up a brick and smash them. Yeah? Sound good? No? Alright, we can use this thermostat instead.
A thermostat was mounted over a radiator. The radiator was pumping out heat as the thermostat was cranked right over to full. No wonder it was warm in here, even with the door open to the chill of fall. I couldn't imagine what I'd achieved by turning the dial.
I can.
I couldn't imagine what I'd achieved by turning the dial. Hi again.
What is it?
Okay, so I need to talk to you about
It
the
sure is
thermostat.
hot in here.
I have to have the door open to allow the workmen access, so why not? I turn the heat up.
You could wrap up warm.
I have my gloves if it gets cold, but why bother when it's warm anyway?
Right, we just needed to know that you have
Talk to you later.
Au revoir,
in
monsieur.
order to put the pieces of the puzzle together. He has gloves. And he can feel the difference in the key. How do these two things work together?
I turned the heating off.
Yeah, you did. And now, you have to wait. Yeah, now he's got his gloves on. I mean, the key still feels fake. I do not know, but I think if I was used to a real key, and you know, like I've got a real pen here, and I can feel a weight of it. Yeah? If I was wearing gloves, I wouldn't be able to feel like the metal of the pen. I could probably still feel the weight of it and go, you know, this is made of plaster now. Something is wrong. But yeah. Alright, can I turn it back up again?
I turned the thermostat back to where I'd found it.
Alright, and you're not taking your gloves off, but now it's warm. Alright, well, I I've reheated him.
What is it?
I held my breath and hoped that he wouldn't notice the substitution. Here's the keys. Thanks.
Merci, monsieur.
The key he broke in half as he put it in his pocket, because, you know, it was only plaster of Paris. Alright, one more time!
Hi, Nico. It's me again.
I'd guessed. What do you want this time?
What did you say to the painter?
I shan't repeat it, George.
Look, I need to get the guard out of the way. Could you call back and ask him to get the painter again?
Okay, I'll call back soon.
The number is 555, 555, 555, Paris. Underground excavation point with a guard. Hello, it's just me.
This looked like a good place to watch things develop.
Hey, you! It's the phone.
Just star 69 it. I don't even know if that was a thing back
Who
then.
is it?
How should I know? What am I, your social secretary?
It's not a chick, is it?
Yes, it's a woman. Are you going to answer it?
Does she have a warm, sensual voice like molten chocolate?
Yes, she has a really sexy voice. Now get a move on.
I'm not talking to her.
I can see that. You're wasting time talking to me.
No, you don't understand. I refuse to talk to her.
You refuse. You refuse. I'm wasting valuable time.
Don't make me laugh. Your time valuable? You just stand around all day.
I have a highly responsible job.
Says the man who stands around all day.
Me, you elephantine oaf? My job is important.
Impossible. They would have hired somebody competent in that case.
Meaning what?
Instead of which they hired a dismal rent-a-cop like you. All epaulettes and no brains.
Why, you...
This looked set to carry on for some time. It was too good an opportunity to miss.
Dun, 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 down we go, after having heard somebody be called an elephantine. Oh. It's time to use the key on the door. And then find out that, oh no, this was the wrong key, you copied it and did it all wrong. He had a third key that he kept on a separate keyring, because, you know, that would be a smart thing to do. And not to lend out the excavation key
Some
to anybody.
planks used to make the
wanting to use
catwalk
the
were
toilet.
leaning against the wall.
Oh, good.
I
don't
couldn't
know.
see anything useful to do with the planks.
There's always something useful to do with planks. Hey, it's a thing! It's a statue of Baphomet. What does it look like in the original? It hasn't got the twin.
Now
Sorry,
there's
the,
a familiar face.
It doesn't have the. Oh look, there's bones. Yeah, it's got the shield. But the other one had swords as well. Okay, well, let's look at the bones.
Oh, great. More dead people.
Yeah.
Although the gendarmes weren't likely to pull in any suspects unless they had a time machine. This guy must have been here for centuries. No,
Maybe.
thanks. I think I'm carrying enough junk.
Really? Alright, okay. What do you make of the statue?
There was no doubt about it. It was the same sort of idol I'd seen in Syria.
Yes.
A vomit. The Templars had certainly been through here.
Maybe. And look, the floor. We can
In
look
the
at the
middle
floor.
of the floor was a weird mosaic, all swirling and distorted.
Give him a hug. I'm afraid I can't. Neither Baphomet nor the bones will accept my hug. I guess they don't want to catch the American disease.
Close up, the pattern didn't make any sort of sense. It fanned out around an axis point, a kind of focus to one side.
Oh, what a weird thing to have happen. Look how different it looks on the floor there compared to this one. Alright, well, I know what we're doing. It's time to use The chalice on the floor. Even though we're not putting it anywhere near the point on the floor, it's like that, there. Woo! Look at
there
it!
It was, decoded by the curves of the chalice. The image of a church.
Back in Nico's apartment.
I found out what the chalice was for.
You've solved the puzzle?
Yeah, there was a distorted picture at the Baphomet site. When I viewed it in the polished surface of the chalice, it changed.
What did it show?
A picture of a church with a square tower.
Well done.
Would you like to look after the chalice?
Oh no, I wouldn't feel comfortable with a sacred relic in the house.
Alright, I don't think
Let's
we've got
take
anything
another
more
look
to
at the manuscript.
Look at the manuscript. But maybe the chalice has now appeared as a thing. I could have answered the phone.
That's the face of the statue I saw at the bull's head.
I could have answered the phone after we went up to the top and the guard got involved with the painter. I could have come downstairs and spoken to Nico on the phone. Oh well. Well, yeah, there's nothing there. Alright, time for me to go somewhere.
I guess I'd better return the chalice to the Countess.
Hurry back, George.
Yeah, be as fast as you can, George. Hey, Baphomet's secret. Decode an image from an ancient Templar statue. Achievement unlocked. Alright, now I can't go back to the site. Can't go back to the Ries. Can't go back to the Rise du Monde. Can't go back to the hospital. Cannot go back to the Hotel Ubu. We'll go back to the Museum Kroon quickly. Hello. No, tripod still not in place. That Nico, I suspect when she said she had sold a story to pay the electricity bill, I'm now thinking she sold the tripod on the underground black market for stolen tripods, which, you know, is vast. Thanks for daylight savings. Oh yes, of course your daylight savings kicked in. That's it for you tonight. Well, thank you very much for being here. You have good sleeps. I am jetting off to Spain again. If I really do vacuum jealous. Hello.
I'd been planning to return the chalice anyway, but I hadn't expected the trail to bring me here. The Villa de Vasconcelos was as picturesque as ever. The weather was still clear, and Lopez was still watering the damn lawn. I was beginning to suspect that he was surgically attached to that hose.
Well, we've seen him put it down, so you know that's not true. You
Hi there,
lying,
Lopez.
lying,
How's
liar.
tricks?
Senor Stobbart, how pleasant to see you. You are well.
Fine, thanks. Is the Countess in?
She is waiting for you. I will show you up.
It's okay, I know the way.
Senor Stobbart, I feel I owe you an apology.
No, you don't.
I was impolite on our first meeting.
Look, Lopez, just forget about it. I came on like a snake oil merchant. I wouldn't have trusted me in your shoes.
You do not understand. Finding the chalice has given my lady a new lease of life. It's a marvel. She smiles, she laughs. The tradesmen are saying that she is on Prozac.
Well, that's certainly a thing.
Hi, Lopez. Got a minute?
Certainly, senor. How can I help you?
I want to show you the chalice that I've shined up.
I've had the chalice polished.
Oh, it is magnificent.
Yes, it is. How is she?
So the Countess feels that the curse is lifted.
I would not put it so strongly. Your discovery of the chalice was proof that the Templars never abandoned the de Vasconcelos. It counts for a great deal with my lady.
My lady.
What's the story
My
behind the
lady.
chalice vanishing?
When the Inquisition raided, in the absence of Don Carlos, it was believed that they had taken it. Naturally, they denied the charge, as they denied taking the children. And naturally, nobody believed them.
But they were telling the truth. The chalice was hidden from them. You don't suppose they were telling the truth about the children as well, do you?
Madre de Dios! I had not thought of that. But then what happened to them?
I don't know. If the Inquisition didn't take them, then who did?
Well,
You must speak to my lady of these.
Count on it.
up I go.
Catch you later, Lopez.
Adios, Senor Stobbart.
Hey, what a happy, fun relationship we have now. I'm sure nothing we could do could... Oh, excuse me, sour that relationship. Wow, I've got the hiccups now. That's great. Including stealing his mirror. This mirror is mine now. Why do I need that mirror?
The mirror from Lopez's utility room. Yep, I was still looking great.
Ah, the dogs. I mean, I do not know much about the lady, obviously, but the fact that George here has given her a second lease on life by finding the thing, finding the chalice. I mean, is she the closest? Is he the closest thing she has to family now? I don't know. Does that mean that he will inherit this place? Does he now get a Spanish villa for helping out the family?
Senor Stobbart, oh, what a pleasure. Please, sit down.
Hi, Countess. The pleasure's all mine. I've brought back your chalice.
I took it away for special polishing by a
Why?
priest, no less.
You've had it cleaned.
Yeah, I met an obliging priest with a soft cloth.
Have you resolved the Templar mystery?
No, not yet.
Exactly.
I don't even know what it is I'm after.
There are many stories of the knight secreting great wealth away.
Whatever. All I know is I don't want the bad guys to get it.
Ah, to be young and live in a world of moral absolutes.
Alright, well, hey, I stole the mirror.
Does this mean anything to you?
Nothing at all.
Alright, okay. Well, let's talk about your chalice.
I discovered something amazing with that chalice. In Paris, I found a church where they recognized the coat of arms. I found the tomb of Don Carlos de Vasconcelos.
You are sure? There can be no mistake?
The coat of arms on the chalice matches the one on the tomb.
Incredible.
I mean...
You have my most profound thanks. I must go there as soon as possible.
Yeah? Well, I'd be happy to show you the city.
Sure. I mean... It could be that somebody else is buried in that place, or somebody took over his identity, or anything else. But, you know, I found the place where it was at rest. Anyway, how are the chess pieces?
There's still the mystery of the missing chess piece.
I do not think that it will ever be discovered unless the fate of the children is revealed.
The Inquisition were suspected of taking the chalice and the kids, right? We know now they were innocent of the first crime. What if...
They did not take the children either. Then what happened to them?
The Inquisition admitted to killing Don Carlos's manservant. Now, this guy had been told to protect the kids at all costs, right?
That is correct.
I think he hid them, and the chalice, when he got wind that the Inquisition was coming. With him dead, and Don Carlos driven mad with grief, there was nobody left who knew the secret. You know what this means, don't you?
I fear so. The children are still here somewhere. If this is so, then it is small wonder that the de Vasconcelos are cursed.
Alright, how you doing?
There's something else that I discovered carved on Don Carlos's tomb. Biblical references.
Oh, yes.
What are the references, Senor Stobbart?
Psalms 32:7, Corinthians.
I am not a good enough scholar to know the Bible chapter and verse. I meant, what are the quotations?
You know, I forgot to ask the priest.
No, I thought I would come back here and check your particular Bible. Because, you know, maybe because it is a family Bible, it is ever so slightly different. I suspect not, because that would be heresy, you know, but I wanted to find out. Do you
I'll
have
have
a
a look
Bible?
around if that's okay.
My home is your home. I shall remain here.
Hey, I've got a Spanish holiday home.
An old grandfather clock stood against the wall.
Let's have a look at it. Up close.
I doubted the Templars had hidden anything in there.
I mean, maybe.
There was a bookcase, bureau kind of affair. I didn't recognize any of the titles, apart from an ancient edition of Don Quixote.
Where's the Countess?
The Countess de Vasconcelos seemed a lot happier than the last time we met.
You can tell, obviously. I mean, maybe she's got a slight upturned smile now, I'm not sure. Oh, it's a fireplace.
The fire was made up and ready, waiting for the year to turn cold.
It has turned cold here. I am wearing a jumper now.
It was
rather than
way
t-shirts.
too warm to light the fire. Beside the fire was a stack of logs for fuel. Now, what would I want with a bunch of logs?
I don't know, the same thing you want with a towel or a toilet chain.
Military hardware, medieval style. I came here to solve a mystery, not go jousting.
Yeah, but going jousting is, you know...
There was a boar's head over the
bonus.
fire. It didn't look very happy. Must be hard to look happy when you're wearing a chimney breast. Now what the hell was I going to do with a hog's head?
I don't know. And you do all sorts of fun things with stuff that you don't know what to do with. Hey, I've stolen your mirror. I now come to
Hi, Lopez. Got a minute?
tell you about it.
Certainly, senor. How can I help you?
I got your mirror.
I borrowed your mirror. I hope you don't mind.
No, senor. If you think it will be of help.
Catch you later, Lopez.
Adios,
Let's go
senor
back to the
Stobbart.
crypt to see the family Bible, eh? Can I walk over to it? Or am I going to stop and admire it from afar? No. Alright, I need to get into the family crypt. I hope it isn't locked. Because you've got a Bible in there, so I can look up the quotations, see what's going on. Also, I burned your candle. Well, I didn't yet, but I'm going to burn your candle. It's a Bible!
The chess pieces had been removed, and the Bible returned to its resting place. The candles had been lit. The Countess's way of saying thanks to her ancestors, I guess.
They've been here for an age. Because, you know... No, I wanted to... Alright, do I have to...
It was the Spanish Bible I borrowed from the mausoleum.
So do I now have to go back and... Alright, well... No, alright, I've got no reason to do anything with it right now. I mean, I know... Hey, tissue on the pole! For no reason. We're gonna do this right now. I can't remember if the the psalm says light the candle or something? Let the light shine the way or something? Yeah. Gotta take back that stained greasy tissue just in case we need it. Oh, it's gone out.
Hanging from the ceiling was a huge yellowed candle.
Oh, I didn't...
It looked really old and had never been lit.
I didn't shut the window. But now, look.
The tissue was pretty charred, but the grease paint had done most of the burning.
Alright. Shut window. I want to use my thing now. I can't. Alright, so... No, okay, I have to do it the other way around, he said, having been an idiot. Charred. Horrible. Burn it. Burn it. Several hours later. Whee! A thing.
The candle had burnt brilliantly, but only for a couple of minutes.
Oh.
Some kind of special formulation, I guess. And had yielded up this. A complex shape expertly cut in stone. I figured it was some kind of key.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I burned your candle for some reason. Hey, find an ancient artifact inside an ancient candle. Candlelight. Achievement unlocked.
It was a smooth, intricately carved piece of stone that had been concealed inside the great candle.
It sure was. Let's go over here. Leave. Let me out, let me out, let me out. And then, hey, buddy. I burned the candle. Did you see the extra light? I mean,
Hi,
I don't see
Lopez. Got a minute?
it.
Certainly, senor. How can I help you?
Look.
This tissue is charred.
You won't get any argument from me on that, Senor Stobbart.
I'm going to show everybody my charred tissue from now on.
This Bible's in Spanish.
See?
I would have expected Latin.
Be careful with it. It was a present to my lady from an old friend. He died a long time ago. It is all she has to remember him by.
And
okay,
the memories.
I'll handle it with kid gloves.
Which I stole from a kid.
Do you know what this is?
No, senor. Is it some kind of key?
Yeah, I think it probably is.
Where did you get it?
It was hidden inside the big candle in the mausoleum.
And you burnt it? I wondered what the light was I saw through the window. My lady will be furious. The candle was centuries old.
Ah.
I don't think she will. Look, there was a thing
Catch
hidden
you later,
inside
Lopez.
there.
Adios.
I think
Senor
it was probably
Stobbart.
related to, you know, the mystery that is centuries old, such as you missing your ancestor missing his children. Mind you, if that had never come to pass, you would not be alive.
Hello again.
lady
Mind if I sit?
Countessa.
Please, be my guest.
I found a thing. I'm sorry.
What do you make of this?
It looks like some sort of key. Where did you get it from?
It was buried inside the great candle in the mausoleum.
Inside it? What have you done to it?
I, lit it.
But it is irreplaceable.
Listen, the candle was to be lit in case of Moorish attack, right? Well, it burnt down in no time and revealed this key thing. Maybe that was the real purpose of lighting the candle.
What are you suggesting?
That lighting the candle was the equivalent of break glass in case of emergency.
Sentiment must not stand in the way of solving this mystery. You did the right thing.
Huzzahs! She approves of us having burned it. Look, and I had to sacrifice something very dear to myself too, in order to progress this mystery. Look at my charred, grease-stained tanky.
What does this charred tissue suggest to you?
You have pyromaniac tendencies?
Not quite.
Here's the Bible from the mausoleum.
Very well. Let us begin. The first reference.
Psalms 32:7.
Thou art my hiding place. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. Thou shalt compass me about with songs of deliverance. My hiding place.
Don't get your hopes up too high. This might just be leading us to where we found the chalice.
You are right, of course. The next.
Okay, John 4:11.
John 4:11. Here. The well is deep. The next. Quickly.
Okay. Corinthians 4:5.
Here it is. Will bring to light the hidden things. Any more?
Just one. Psalms again. 22:21.
Save me from the lion's mouth, for thou hast heard me from the horns of the unicorn. The last is confusing. Lions, unicorns, what does it mean?
I can't guess.
Salient points seem to be a hiding place and a deep well. In no sense is their mausoleum a well, Senor Stobbart.
Is there a well in the grounds?
I do not know. I suppose that there must have been once upon a time. Lopez is the man to ask about anything pertaining to the estate.
I will go and ask him then. Thank you very much.
I'll just have another look around.
Very well.
I mean, it's weird, right? Because Don Carlos, who was the father of the children, is the one who had those verses. And I guess maybe he did not see the significance of them. But he went mad because the children were missing. Well, yes, but somebody left you an important note that seemed to have been some sort of code, and you didn't think to try and work it out. You just went, I'm immediately leaving my estate to go somewhere else and try and find them outside of the estate. I mean, I suppose maybe he looked at the code and went, aha, that is talking about something that is miles and miles away from here. But I mean, it was a well, and they were talking about a well, and you had a well on your estate. You couldn't have put two and two together? No? Alright, fine. What do I know? I'm just a person. I mean, you were just a person too. Hello, Lopez. It's time to talk to you about
Hi, Lopez.
the well.
Got a minute?
Certainly, senor. How can I help you?
No, I've shown you all of those.
You must know just about everything that there is to know about this place.
See, I have lived my whole life here in the service of the Vasconcelos.
Do you know of a well anywhere around here?
A well? Si, senor. This used to be a fortified villa. How can you last a siege without water?
Great. So where is it?
How should I know? The well was covered over in the last century. It was dangerous, you see.
And you have no idea where it was?
None. It was hidden even before my grandfather's time.
Which isn't that long ago.
You must have a vague idea of where the well is.
It must have been in the old house's courtyard, so that would put it around here.
Here? Okay. Now, how do we find it?
There might be a way. Let me think about it.
Alright, you've had 10 seconds. Well, less than
Any
10
ideas
seconds.
yet?
We are looking for a source of water, see?
Yes.
For generations, the Spanish country folk have had a secret way of locating water, even if it is meters beneath the ground.
Ah, you're not talking about water dousing, are you?
Eh?
You know, you get a stick and walk around until the stick twitches and dig there.
Oh, you've heard of it.
Yeah, I think most of the planet has. Okay, let's get a stick.
Uno momento. It must be a special stick.
No,
Why?
I'm gonna find
Of
a special
hazel.
stick.
Right. Do you have any hazel trees?
See, here. That is hazel.
Did you show me things?
Catch you later, Lopez.
Did you point at a tree that
Senor
was hazel?
Stobbart.
I don't have any hazel to compare. Look, that's that's a hazel tree.
So that was what a hazel tree looks like.
All right, look at that.
I went over to find a suitable stick. I don't believe it. There wasn't a single usable Y-shaped branch on the whole damn thing.
Oh, well, that's a shame. I guess that is the end of our adventure then, eh? Maybe. I don't know if you can look at other trees and conclude whether they're hazel or not. Oh.
It was the driveway down to the main road.
Are we
I
leaving?
didn't want to leave just yet, though.
Oh, okay. Fine. Let's keep going. Is there any more? What was that? Stop. Oh, that's the villa itself. I'm sure we've looked at the villa already.
The main part of the house was old, but nowhere near as old as the gatehouse section.
You're just going to shrug. Alright. I mean, look at that. Look at all of those leaves and how they're all brushed, etc. Or how they are painted and depicted here. And then this is another hazel tree, which looks nothing like the one that is over there.
It looked a lot like a hazel tree.
Yeah, but I mean, I only know it's a hazel tree because it's labelled hazel tree. And yeah, we'll look at going back over to have a quick look. See, and that looks absolutely nothing like the other one, so I can see why people complained and went, oh, I mean, look, that is not a hazel tree, that looks entirely different. And here, the leaves are all different shapes. So, yeah. But hey.
I went over to find a suitable stick. Aha!
Alright, we got it. It's a...
It was a thin, supple twig
Excuse
of
me.
hazel.
Oh my goodness.
It was a thin, supple twig of hazel.
Alright, well then, thin, supple twig. Let's go and show it to the old, inflexible man. And see what he's got to say.
Hi, Lopez. Got a minute?
Can I ask you to stop
Certainly,
watering?
senor. How can I help you?
Because your water might accidentally disrupt my searching.
Well, I got my divining rod. Now what?
Simplicity itself, senor. Hold the wand at the upper end.
I was looking
of
for
the wand.
something that I could hold like this.
Apply a
I
little
don't have anything.
tension with your wrist.
I mean, I can hold
so
this
that
pen.
the slightest
That's not the
movement
same
of
thing.
the wand tip is clear, and walk slowly and steadily over the area.
Sounds easy enough. We'll find this well in no time.
Stop watering, Lopez! You're distracting me with the water. You know, Lopez is now doing that bit. Okay, that's cool. And now he's sitting there reading. Now he's playing lawn darts. Yeah, look at him. He got one in there. Oh.
Senor Stobbart, you've found something.
This is it. This is where we find the secret of the Templars. Hidden here for hundreds of years. Lost from the sight of man until now. The mystery is revealed.
It's a tin can.
I've been walking up and down with a twig in my hands, looking for a tin can.
It had water in it. That's what the dowsing stick must have detected.
I'd
Oh
have to
dear.
check with an archaeologist, but I don't think the Templars left that.
In truth, Senor Stobbart, the loan was laid many, many years ago. This can could date back to the Napoleonic Wars.
Get
Only
rid of it
that
and I'll
far.
try it again.
Because that is where...
Lopez threw the can away. It seemed to fall an awfully long way.
That's when they invented cans. And canning. French Napoleon
The
times.
splash at the end confirmed what we both suspected. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle.
It has been here all the time. All those years and nobody found it.
Stood in awe for a moment, marveling at the secrets all around us.
I could have fallen down that.
You could have done, Lopez. But now I am going down it regular and not falling. Alright, and
The well had been lost for decades at least. The air was cool after the noon sun, but that's not what gave me goosebumps. I have a really, really bad feeling about this.
look, there's a lion head. Oh.
A great stone lion's head with a gaping maw full of fangs. As far as I knew, nobody had cast eyes upon it for centuries as it stood, waiting in the cool shadows. The words of the psalm kept running through my head. Save me from the lion's mouth.
Maybe.
From a distance, the lion's head had been impressive. Close up, it was frightening. Hey, one of the fangs is a separate piece.
It is? Well then, do something with it.
I could hear the sound of a lot of stone moving, and I knew I was in danger.
Ah, poor George.
Senor Stobbart! Senor Stobbart! Are you alright? Senor Stobbart!
Oh well. And that was the canonical ending of George Stobbart's life. No. Okay, hey Lion's Head, let's go over there and see you again. No, it's not that kind of looking that I need, is it? It's the investigation kind, not
A
the...
great stone lion's head, as far as I knew, waiting in the words of the psalm, save me from...
Right, yeah,
From
I
a
need to do
distance,
the other one.
the lion's head had been impressive. Close up, it was frightening. Hey, one of the fangs is a separate piece.
Alright, this time...
I could hear the sound of a lot of stone moving, and I knew I was in danger.
Ah! Oh, it split this time.
Oh, very funny, you psychos.
Senor Stobbart! Senor Stobbart! Are you alright?
It's okay, Lopez, I'm fine.
Hey,
though. I did get
you
squished.
gave me a scare.
Nice try, Templars.
Hey, there's darkness.
In the deep shadows, it was hard to make anything out.
So I stuck my hand in.
I wished that I had Leary's flashlight now.
I was gonna
It
say.
just felt like a pitted stone wall. I'd almost been killed for the sake of a red herring.
Not quite. There it is, there's a Worldcraft.
Thinking back to how long it had taken the can to fall to the bottom, I stayed as far from the edge as I could.
And then dived right in.
It was a long way down. The brilliant midday sun shone almost directly down the shaft, and I still couldn't see the water. I'd already risked my neck with one death-defying leap in Syria. I
Yeah,
wasn't
you
about
had.
to push my luck again.
Why not? Alright. Well, I know what needs to be done here. Is it just on the shaft, is it?
There, in the middle of the door, I could see some kind of socket. It looked like this wasn't quite the dead end it seemed.
Okay, so I just needed to use it myself. I thought I was resting it on the wall so that it projected the beam over here, so I could see it when I got over here. Well, I guess that wouldn't have worked because I would have then stood in front of it.
That rock face wasn't nearly as natural as it felt. In the reflected light, I'd seen part of it as worked stone.
All right.
Now I knew what I was looking for. It only took a few moments to find it. And there it was. A worked socket, as smooth and perfect as if it had been carved only yesterday.
Well, look, now I've got a stone key to put in a socket. And here we go. Time to see how they have graphically updated dead children.
Open sesame! Another secret door.
Forwards! Into the darkness. Oh. Why has that one got a hole in its head?
Before I left, though, there was one last thing to do.
Romance the old lady.
You won't be needing
George.
that replacement piece anymore, Countess. I found it with the children. You'll probably want to be alone for a while. I'll be out in the garden with Lopez.
Curse of the Vasconcelos. Reunite the Countess with her long-lost family. Achievement unlocked. I mean, it's sad, certainly.
George, welcome back.
Oh, love
Come
it,
in,
no.
George. It's good to see you again.
Is it?
Sure. What did you find in
Sad
Spain?
that those
Without
kids are dead,
Andre,
but
we
she's
wouldn't
got
have
no
got this far,
connection.
George.
Yeah, I
No
know.
direct connection to them personally. No. As personalities. They are just abstracts of children who were lost.
The clues led to an underground
is
chamber
still
at the
horrible.
bottom of a well. The
But, you
Templars
know,
had left a tapestry showing a chessboard.
we have now
The
found
white
them.
pieces were vastly outnumbered. There was a stream running across the board, and a Templar knight on a horse.
Does it mean anything to you, Andre?
No, nothing.
You're useless.
Maybe we should tell Andre what else you found, George.
There's a map and a Latin inscription to the west at the edge of the world.
George found that in a cave in Syria.
Yeah, where the assassin almost killed me.
Then we have got the burning of Jacques de Molay and the date, 1314.
From the window of the church in Montfaucon Square, one of the few places where nobody tried to kill me.
Then we have the image of a church that George
Almost
found at the
killed in lots of
excavation.
places. That's what I'm getting at.
I don't recall anyone trying to kill you there either, George.
And finally, we have the tapestry in Spain. Did I mention I almost got killed there?
Not yet, but I'm sure you're about to.
Oh, right, yeah, you almost got crushed.
It was only my cat-like reflexes that saved me from certain death.
Cat-like reflexes, eh?
And while I was risking life and limb, where were you, Andre? Getting your glasses fogged up over an Etruscan vase?
That's enough, boys. Can we get back to saving the world?
Of course. My apologies.
He started it.
Well,
done, George.
The Latin
Come
phrase
out of that
are the
well.
words of Julius Caesar. He was describing the island of Britain.
Are you sure? The map didn't look much like Britain.
Yes,
How
it
come
did.
Caesar described Britain as being at the edge of the world?
To the Romans, the Mediterranean was the center of the universe. Britain was a remote, unfriendly place, inhabited by blue-painted savages.
It hasn't changed
sounds about
much.
right.
They've stopped painting themselves blue.
Except when they go to a football match.
They used an extract from a plant called woad, Icetis
true.
tinctoria. The Scots were using it until fairly recently in the wars with the English.
Fairly recently? I don't recall the Scots being at war with the English. How recently are you talking about?
I believe William Wallace's men used it in the 13th century. They might well have been using it as late as...
You can't remember, can you?
1314.
Ah, we're back onto that, are we?
That's
Andre,
not the
what
13th
is it?
century.
What do you mean?
1314 in Scotland. The Battle of Bannockburn.
That would explain the stream on the chessboard. That's what a burn is. Right, Andre? As in Bannockburn?
Right, George. And it gets better. Tradition has it that the Scots were helped by a shock force of, well, can't you guess?
Knights Templar?
Horses on
Yes, a
bicycles.
group of outlawed Templars. They are said to have turned the tide for the
Bears
Scots.
on horseback.
And it all ends at a church in the
Sharks
Isle
in a
of
tank.
Britain
No,
at
none of those
Bannockburn
things?
in a church.
What
Dang.
are we waiting for? I'll call a cab.
Woo! Look at that, using your phone.
I can't go.
I don't have a passport.
Andre, you've been loads of help, but
What George is trying to say is that you shouldn't feel guilty.
I was.
We understand you've got commitments. Oh, listen, we have to hurry. Let's go, George.
We'll see it through. Oh, and, don't worry about us.
Alright, well we're going off to Bannockburn in Scotland. Look at all those places we've been to, but now we're here.
Oh, it must be dawn.
No, it's not. Look how dark it is. It can't
I
be
guess
dawn.
so. And we must be nearly there. Somewhere, out there in the dark, is Scotland. We've come a long way together to get here.
Scotland is in here too.
Let's hope it was worth it.
I'm not in England just because I happen to be inside this room right now. If I got in a car and was travelling, I would still be in England. Alright, okay. How about a buzzer?
Hard to believe this thing saved my life.
I'll buy you a new one when we get back.
I'd like that, just as a souvenir. That'll be fine.
I wonder where Khan is now.
Not
Forget
too far
about you.
away.
He must be miles away.
I don't know why I've still got the thing for Merlin.
I wonder if there ever was a Thomas Merlin.
Didn't I tell you? I checked. There wasn't.
Oh, cool. What about this red nose? Strange to
I've
think
still
it...
got the clown's nose.
So I see. You should throw it away, George.
No, I shouldn't. And the sewer keys.
This thing has got me out of a few scrapes.
Maybe I should get one.
Yeah, they're not bad.
Do you want to look after this ticket?
Not me. I don't want to get involved with the British Railways official.
Nobody does. Alright, and Nico, what you got?
There's something I've been meaning to say to you, Nico.
Is this the right time and place, George?
There might not be another time. I don't want to waste this chance.
You don't need to say anything. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. But here, with you. Now.
I mean, there's been very little actual time of the two of them spent together. So, I mean, this is the holiday romance, isn't it?
You're exhausted. Why don't you get some sleep?
Sleep? At a time like this?
Excited, huh?
Would you like something to help you sleep, dearie? I've got some tablets in my bag.
Oh, no. Thank you.
Thanks all the same, ma'am.
Are you sure? Alright. There's Nico.
She was as beautiful as ever, but the shadows beneath her eyes marked the strain of the last few days.
What about you? How do you look, Mr. Have been threatened by everybody and is generally not feeling...
The old lady reminded
like
me
you've
of my
been stressed
grandmother,
from
except, of course,
certain
that this old
death-defying
lady was
things,
still
so-
alive.
Alright, hello, old lady.
Pardon
Let's
me?
talk to you.
Yes, my dear.
Do you know what time we're due in Stirling?
6:15, but we're running 8 minutes late.
Oh, we might pick up the time. What's the book you're reading? Is it interesting? Actually,
Do you know what this is?
Yes, I do. A young friend of mine shook my hand with one just the other day.
Yeah? Well, that's outrageous. He should be shot.
Perhaps. Still, his intentions were good.
What's the book you're reading?
Oh, it's something I've picked up at the station. A medieval detective story. Quite well written for that kind of thing. It's been out of print for years.
I wonder which one it is. I mean, CAD Files, a decent detective, medieval detective mystery thing. And while not medieval, I can thoroughly recommend the Falco series and the follow-up series Flavia Albia, written by Lindsay Davis. They're set in the Roman era, and they do go to various other places, including Britain. But yeah, they're not. Historical adventures are usually pretty well done.
What's the title of the book?
The Crooked Crusader Caper by Molly Pegram. I assumed the author was a woman, but apparently not.
No.
His real name is...
Professor Nigel Pegram.
That's right. Do you know him?
No, I never met him.
George is a great fan of his, though.
Do you know Thomas Merlin?
Does the name Merlin mean anything to you?
Merlin, a master of illusions. Oh, you said Merlin? Then no, nothing.
Have you ever seen this man before?
An interesting-looking fellow.
Interesting. He's a killer.
And that's not interesting?
I guess it is. I guess it is.
Would you believe that this clown's nose led us to being on this train tonight?
I would indeed.
No, honestly, You would?
Certainly. You have an honest face.
Also, I'm secretly the killer, and have been all of this time.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
A manhole lifting key.
You knew that?
Of course. I never leave home without one.
You're joking.
What use would an old lady have for such a thing?
But what about an old man? Or not an old man, what about a disguised as an old lady? Yeah, they would have use for one. Yep.
Do you know Sterling well?
Yes, I do. Is that where you two lovebirds abound?
Yeah,
It's one of the places we thought we'd see on our holiday.
Be sure to visit the castle, won't you?
Oh, I'm sure it's a neat place. But we are not really interested in history, are we, George?
No.
I suppose espresso bars and boogie-woogie are more your cup of tea.
Boogie-woogie.
That's right. There's nothing George enjoys more than a good boogie.
Is there a church called St. Ninian's at Sterling?
Yes, there is. And I know why you're going there.
You do?
Of course I do. It's obvious you're in love. You're eloping, and they say romance is dead.
Alright. Bye. I mean, no?
Pardon me?
Have you got more to say about these things? Because I thought there was
Yes,
going to be an
dear.
achievement pop up there. Because...
Does the name Merlin mean anything to you?
Merlin?
Yeah, you already heard that one.
I'm
Have I?
sorry that you've been zapped by
okay.
one of these
So
things.
maybe there's more to
You
be said
shouldn't be.
here. Oh, no, you shouldn't be.
I'm sorry.
You shouldn't be.
Because otherwise...
You really think this guy looks interesting?
He looks like a driven man.
You really think this...
He looks like a driven...
Alright.
Yep. That's a nose with a history, all right.
So you said.
Yep.
So
it's
you...
interesting that some of these have got...
Seriously, how did you recognize this?
I've had a full life.
Seriously, how...
Okay.
I've had a full...
Alright. There we go. Shared history. Enjoy a new conversation with an old friend. Indeed. See, I knew there was an achievement for that one. But yeah, they're talking all the things. All the things. We went through all of them now. Ha! Time! for George to redeem a redemption and stretch.
Where are you going, George?
Do I need to spell it out?
Don't snap at me. If you're going to take a leak, why don't you say so?
Okay, I'm going to take a leak.
They sound so in love, don't they?
L-E-A-K.
Tickets, please.
Oh, hi.
That's a standard full-price peak return. Don't you have a senior citizen's rail card?
I rarely travel by train. My ticket is perfectly valid, is it not?
Well, yeah, but you could have saved up to a third of the cost.
I do not need to indulge in puffling thriftiness.
Blimey, you're a funny old bird and no
Scotch
mistake.
person who doesn't need to be thrifty.
Tickets,
what a
please, sir.
non-stereotype
Here.
that is.
Off to Sterling, eh?
Yes, we are.
Well, I hope you won't be disappointed. It's a miserable place this time of year. Still, there's plenty of pubs and a lovely view from the castle.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Not lovely. Lovely.
I don't want to worry you, but there was something familiar about that guy.
Are you sure? You're tired. Perhaps you're mistaken.
Maybe. But I didn't like the look in his eyes when he spoke to you.
Because I'm a jealous, possessive boyfriend. Even though I'm not your boyfriend yet. Hey, tickets!
Do you want to look after this ticket?
Not me. I don't want to get involved with the British Railways official.
Alright.
Pardon me?
Yes,
Got anything
dear.
to say about... No? Alright, okay. Sorry. I was just going to say, I thought I recognised him.
Can't you sit still, George?
I'm still needing
I
to
need
take
to
a
go to
leak.
the John.
Exactly.
While you're there, check out the buffet car, George.
No.
Unthinkable though it is, I am hungry enough to eat English food.
Okay.
There's nothing. You could have a cheese sandwich. We'd produce some beautiful farmhouse loaves and some great cheddar cheese as well. Hey, it's a door.
It was the door to the baggage car.
Well, then I guess we're going into the baggage car.
The door was locked.
Alright, I guess we're not going into the baggage car. Hey, look! There's a, Why, man! Football fans who aren't in
All
blue.
I could see of the man's face was a massive purple bruise around his eye.
I mean...
It was a strange contrast with his flaming red hair, which stuck out in stiff, greasy tufts.
He hasn't got flaming red hair in this version, has he? Alright. Hey, man.
I didn't want to wake him. To be frank, without a cold water hose, I didn't think I could wake him.
And yeah, Newcastle?
The man's face was blotched and unshaven. I guess he'd been traveling all night. Red-rimmed eyes stared fish-like above his broken nose. Hi! Having a party?
No, this is British. Come on, join us, man. Away, Basha, wake up, man. What's company?
His breath was like the outlet from a chemical factory.
Excuse my mate, he's taking a nap. Sleeping like a bobby. I'll wake him up when we get to Newcastle.
We passed through Newcastle half an hour ago.
And I never noticed.
And we missed. I mean, again with the inconsistent subtitles there. He said brekkie, not breakfast. But then he said babby, and it didn't say baby. So yeah, you know this guy.
Does the name Merlin mean anything to you?
Merlin? King Arthur's queen?
Forget it.
King Arthur's queen. Lovely. You seen this guy?
Have you ever seen this man before?
Aye, man. He's chalky white and I claim my 10 quid, like.
No, he's an international assassin, and he goes by the name Khan.
Well, aye, man, but I was close, you know.
Would you like a red nose?
No, thanks, pal. I got one of my own.
Have you ever seen anything like these before?
Yeah, those look right wicked.
It's not a weapon.
Well, no, but you have to be flexible, like.
Yeah.
What
Improvised
is
weapons are
that
just
stuff
as
you're
good.
drinking? It smells like gasoline.
Right, I'll put hairs in your chest, like.
And your eyeballs, too, by the looks of you.
Alright. Now, I don't know if this will work or not, but this is the last person apparently you can offer the buzzer to. I don't know if I have done everybody or not. I think I have, but I also thought I had spoken to everybody in Lochmarn, and apparently I didn't do that. There must have been somebody I didn't speak to. Might have been the fiddler that I didn't speak to there.
Do you know what this is?
No, man, what is it?
It's a hand buzzer.
You won't catch me out with that, pal.
If I'd wanted to catch you out, I wouldn't have shown it to you, would I?
Well, maybe she's might, pal. Like a clever double bluff, you know?
True. You sure?
Do you know what this is?
Yeah,
No,
okay, we
it's
just
gone
over
If I
that.
wanted to catch you...
Well, maybe...
Alright.
See you later.
Yes, I did it. Try it. Try to prank as many people as you can. Everyone's buzzing. Achievement unlocked. Woo! Alright, I was then going to try it on you.
I didn't want to wake him.
To be frank.
I mean, I think I could have done. Alright, well, nice to have met you. Now to go in this direction. I am going to go in this direction and...
It was the door to a sleeping compartment.
Well, I mean, that's not where we need to go.
The door was locked.
Alright, and what about this door?
It was the door to a sleeping compartment. The door was locked.
210.
It was the door to a sleeping compartment.
Is it? There's a room 0. Is that? Oh!
Oh no. That gangster creep from the hotel, Guido. Well, he didn't scare me.
Hey, Buster. This is a no-smoking car.
Okay, maybe he did scare me. It got worse. I suddenly realized who the conductor had reminded me of. Eklund, Marquet's murderer. Guido looked like a weasel in a cheap suit. He also looked like the kind of man who wouldn't lose much sleep over murder.
Alright, well then. Let's get a save quickly. We're right near the end. And I can't recall if this is a death scene or not.
I really didn't want to shoot the breeze with this guy.
No, I know, that's why okay, we'll go that way.
Guido was still looking pretty menacing.
Alright, so he's... Alright, well, we'll go back the way we came then. I'm pretty certain you can die around here. Oh, yeah, there's also this. Go in the third carriage. There's nothing in here at all. Hey, look, now we've been in it. Now we have been in it. Been inside of it. Nico's disappeared, and so has old lady.
I should have known better than to leave Nico and the old lady alone.
Guesses!
Suddenly, the sword of Baphomet took second place to finding the girl I loved.
The girl that I was infatuated with because I had been with her in a intense situation. Which could have blossomed into love. Oh, I don't know why I'm coming in here yet. Excuse me, sorry. Did you see...
Hey, buddy.
Nico.
Did you see what happened to the young woman in the next compartment?
No, pal, I didn't. Have you lost her, like?
She's disappeared. The old lady, too. I think they're in trouble.
Oh, yeah, man, an old lady, too?
Yeah. You gotta help me.
Maybe they went to the toilet, like?
I don't think so.
They never go on their own. Always in pairs, you know?
No, she's been abducted, I'm sure. I've got to go look for her.
What's stopping you, pal?
The conductor. He's not what he seems.
You want to avoid him, like?
That's about it, yeah.
No problem.
Okay.
Listen, I need your help.
What's the matter?
There's a guy on this train who's trying to kill me.
Relax, man. You wouldn't try nothing with us in Basharia. We are veterans, like, so action at Breitling Sea.
I don't recall the British Army being involved in a conflict in anywhere called Brightlingsea.
No,
Well,
I mean, you wouldn't
just
know.
check it from me, pal. You're in safe hands.
Alright, mate.
See you later.
Alright, I think, yeah, I've got to go in this direction. Is this one still?
The door was locked.
Alright, okay. I thought Guido came out of here as well. Or other one. Alright, obviously not. Instead, look, it's a window.
The window seemed to have been sprayed with tiny flecks of froth.
Give it to it, pal. Don't jump. I don't intend to jump. I'm going to climb on top
Also,
of
I
the
opened
train.
the window so
You're
that I could,
kidding,
you know,
aren't you?
Just
some-
watch me.
so I could get some, you know, some air, because it's stinky of beer in here. Up we
Hold
go.
on now, pal. I'll give you a hand, like.
Yeah, give you a boost. Lovely. Great bump. That way. Or is it that way? I think this is the way I want to go. Isn't it? Yeah! Can't go any further. Alright, well, we'll go down here now. No. Ah, yeah, he is here.
Hey!
Ah, can't got shot!
The assassin was badly wounded, but still conscious. I knew killing came easily to Agatha. It was a fire extinguisher. The rear exit was barred and padlocked.
Can't see
The head of the axe glinted invitingly. I could hack Ekman into tiny pieces and feed him to the wolves.
Man, the sound mix at this particular bit is not great.
It was the signaling device which alerted the driver to make an emergency stop. The fine for improper use was 50 English pounds.
I think it's up to
wondered if
150
the authorities
English
would
pounds
consider
now.
this sufficient reason for stopping the train.
Yeah, well, not yay, but we got a scene. Woo! And it's the same man. Digging the grave. Who is the grave digger? Alright, well. Up we go again.
Give it to it, pal. Don't jump. I don't intend to jump. I'm going to climb on top of the train.
You're kidding.
No, just watch me. Up we go. Hold on a second there, pal. Give you a boost. That was not an accent. Well, that was not a well. That was definitely not a well done accent. If we go this way. I didn't say touch it. Alright, there we go. I just said walk in that direction. There we go. And we'll watch the exciting action scene again. But this time...
Hey!
Look at him there in his pose. And here he just looks like he's holding his
I
hands
always
up.
wanted to stop the train, and now was my chance.
Bonk!
You saved our lives, but why?
You are always on the same side, Stobbart. Different causes, but a common enemy.
The Knights Templar?
Don't call them that. The real Templars were a noble foe.
Which obviously I
These
know about being thousands of years old.
barbarians have
Or
no
hundreds, I
right
guess.
to that name. These men are no better than dogs.
What are the Neo-Templars after? What is the Sword of Baphomet?
Not what you think, my friend. It is a weapon, yes, but one which our enemies will find difficult to wield. A double-edged sword. A power older than Dimolay, older than Solomon.
We'll stop them. You and me together. And Nico.
No, George. My journey ends soon at the Garden of Paradise.
You're talking in riddles. Can't you tell me straight what they're after?
The sword symbolizes a colossal energy caused by the alignment of the Earth's natural power fields,
which are focused at St. Ninian's.
The energy endowed the Templars with the power which made them great. A power which made them charismatic to such an extent they could control the will of all around them.
Do you want your nose back?
Maybe not. How did you escape from the bull's head?
It is a long walk from the cliff of the bull to the village Stobbart. Fortunately, I know the ways of the wilderness.
I was going to say, that is not a problem.
I have a sister who keeps a garage just around the corner.
Oh, well. Are you sure you don't want me your nose?
Maybe not.
I met you like this, as a clown.
I'll guide you to our enemies.
Thanks.
Last thing.
What? What is it? He's dead.
Action hero, climb atop a speeding train and rescue Nico. Achievement unlocked! He said, ruining the moment where he had bowed his head in remembrance of the foe. Or the man who had tried to kill him but was also on his side.
The guy was a professional killer. The last thing he deserved was sympathy. I had to admit it, though. I was sorry he'd ended up this way.
I don't know that he did. I mean, do we know that he killed people other than the Templars? Because it could be argued that the Templars deserved to die and that he needed it, or he was doing
it was a
valuable
fire
service.
extinguisher.
All right, it's my fire
I couldn't
extinguisher
think
now.
of a single way the extinguisher would be of use in the absence of a fire.
All right. Crates.
Underneath that heap of tumbled crates was Eklund. I wasn't about to help him out. Underneath that heap of tumbled...
Alright, and there's Nico, and a fire axe.
The head of the axe glinted invitingly. I could hack Eklund into tiny pieces and feed him to the wolves.
Sounds good.
Don't even think about it, George.
What? Who?
Look me straight in the eye and tell me you weren't thinking of using that axe on Eklund.
Don't be foolish, woman. I was going to use it on you.
Alright, I mean, I don't know. Do I have? No, I've only got the red nose now. Yeah. Alright. Use red nose on Nico, except I can't. Alright, so...
Don't even think about it, George.
What? Who?
Look.
Yeah,
Don't
okay.
be foolish, woman.
So am I just
was going to use...
I can't use that. There's nothing there.
The rear exit was barred and padlocked.
I thought I needed to, you know, rescue Nico, first of all.
Where do you think you're going?
Don't worry. I hadn't forgotten about you.
Untell me this instant, George Stobbart.
I will. When I'm ready.
That's not fair, George.
No.
You took advantage while my hands were tied.
I was going to say, I
Eklund
assumed
pointed
that was
gun
meant
at
to be
me.
a kiss.
I
there.
thought I was going to die. I thought of all the things I'd never get to do. And kissing you was at the top of my list.
George.
Uh-huh.
George, we've got to get off the train. Wickland could recover at any time.
So what are we waiting for?
That was... Several minutes later. But yeah, I mean... George Stobbart, hero of this piece, sexually assaulted Nico. And that was the basis for their great relationship there. Woo! I mean, this is beautifully painted. I love this. If I do this, yeah, looking much better with the golden glow
I'd feel
coming
happier
over
if we had a
there.
gun or something.
Han gave me something.
What?
His handbag.
Oh, great. If we run into any killers, we can give them a good buffeting. Didn't he have any weapons?
You don't know half of it. This bag's full of C4.
Wow. Why didn't you say so? Boy, we'll show them now. What's C4?
Plastic, Josh.
We're going to shop our way to victory?
2 kilos of plastic explosive. The detonator's broken now.
No problem. We'll buy a box of matches somewhere.
It doesn't work that way. It takes a small explosion to start the big explosion.
I was going to say.
Well, that's not much use then. What does that sign say?
Apparently, during the English Civil War in the mid-17th century, this place was used as an arms dump.
Yeah? What happened?
Look at the state of this place, Josh. You work it out.
Oh, stray spark?
You got it.
Probably not.
The tower
given
was
the
the
look
only
of it.
thing to survive the blast.
I hope the explosion didn't destroy the Sword of Baphomet.
Do you? I rather hope it did.
I mean, this does not... I'm not claiming to be an expert on explosives or on ruined castles, he said, going on to claim both those things. But, you know, I have been to castles that have been, you know, as old as this one is supposed to be, and they look largely like this when they are not well maintained, because people have stolen the bricks, or they have weathered down due to time, or anything, not because it has been exploded. So, you know, it is entirely possible that this is how it would look, even if it had not been exploded.
It was just about recognizable as the church I'd seen reflected in the chalice. Templars, Roundheads, and Cavaliers. This place has seen a lot of history.
I mean, yeah.
A large
That's what
arch
happens when your
led
country is
into the
more
tower.
than 200 odd years old. Hello, Nico.
She was as beautiful as ever, but the shadows beneath her eyes marked the strain of the last few days. Nico?
Uh-huh.
Ticket.
What should I do with this ticket?
Throw it away next time we pass a waste bin.
I thought I'd keep it as a souvenir. No.
Apparently I still need...
What should I do with this ticket?
Throw it away next time we pass a waste bin.
I thought I'd keep it as a souvenir.
Alright, okay. I don't think there's anywhere... Can I go this way? Will it tell me don't go this way? Where are you going? Oh, graves.
There were lots of graves, some as recent as late Victorian. It looked like the locals had carried on using this place as a cemetery long after the destruction of the church.
But now they have
I figured
stopped.
Scotland had had enough trouble with Burke and Hare without me trying my hand at grave robbing.
I mean, that's not what Burke and Hare were charged with in the end. Is it? Gate.
The gate, like a lot of the church grounds, was in pretty good condition. I guess the locals tried to stop it getting too overgrown. No way were we leaving until the mystery was solved.
Alright. Burke and Hare were charged with, that while they did dig up graves and procured bodies for surgeons to use, because it was illegal for surgeons to work on dead bodies, desecration of the dead at the time, what they did was they killed people so that they could get the bodies, so that they would get paid for providing them with bodies, providing the surgeons with bodies. So that is what they were charged with. The killings, not the desecration. Even though that was illegal as well. Alright, here we are. There's a door. A panel.
Above the carved cross was an indecipherable inscription. For all I knew, it could have been scribed in Gaelic.
Maybe it is. Maybe Nico knows what it is.
I tried pushing the panel, but wasn't surprised when it failed to move.
Alright. Hey, Nico, do you know what to do?
Nico?
Uh-huh.
Nico.
What are you doing?
Committing this inscription to memory.
Can you read it?
No.
What's the point of studying the inscription if you can't read it?
Because it could be
Google
important.
Translate it
A
later.
clue to whatever we're looking for, who knows? I might find someone installing to translate it.
We don't have time to go looking for a linguist.
No? At least I am doing something positive.
Yeah.
What language is that inscription written in?
You're the languages student, you tell me.
It looks like ancient Norse. Maybe.
I thought you said
Perhaps
Gaelic.
it's in code.
I don't think so.
Norse code.
The stone face of the demon grinned
Norse
with a horribly
code.
lifelike
Thank you.
expression. It was so realistic. I could imagine the sculptor carving it from a live model. Examining the demon more closely, I realized something about its face.
Two things about his face?
It was a clever illusion. No matter where I stood, the eyes weren't looking at me. There was a simple reason. The demon didn't have any eyes.
Cool.
I ran my fingers across the cold stone and probed the holes in the demon's eyes. Beneath them, the mouth formed another hole. But I wasn't about to put my finger in there.
No, that's fine. Alright, okay. So now we know.
It was a simple cog arrangement with a handle to turn the larger wheel.
Time to wheel the wheels.
The handle turned easily and the larger wheel began to revolve.
Oh, that's mine now.
Damn! Then the handle came off in my hand.
Right, I'm getting a save here as well. It's right at the end. I don't need it. Or I don't really need it for purposes of the game, but I believe there is an
It was the handle
achievement
from
to
the
get at this
church
point as
tower's
well.
winding mechanism.
And I'd
It
rather
had
not play
cog
through the whole
teeth
game again
mounted
in order
near
to
its
get to it.
base.
Hey, look, it's a cog.
Without the handle, the small cog and spindle were seemingly useless. Now that the handle was gone, it was easy to remove the cog and spindle.
Excellent.
The wheel had a serrated edge which meshed with the turning cog. Marks on the spindle behind the wheel suggested it once had a rope attached to it.
Was there a portcullis? Is that what this was for?
The wheel turned reluctantly with a creak of complaint. There was no obvious way of removing the wheel from its housing.
Not that you'd really want to. There we go. I was going to say, I was trying to
There was
look
a
for the
heap
rubble.
of stones and stuff which had tumbled
knew there
down
was
from the
a heap of
rafters.
rubble here.
I scrabbled around in the rubble and found an old clay pipe with a broken stem.
Excellent. Keep searching the rubble.
Under one of the stones, I found a metal coin which was green with age.
Excellent.
It was caked with soil, but what I'd found was a small cog and spindle.
Excellent. I believe you can find a pen lid as well.
With mounting excitement, I felt something between my fingers. It was short, hard, and black. Something I hadn't expected to find here. It was a plastic pen top.
Yeah. Anything else?
I didn't find anything.
Alright, okay. Well, Let's have a look
The
at these.
cog was one of those objects I wished I hadn't carried in my pocket.
Really?
It was a black plastic pen top. It was the handle from the church tower's winding mechanism. It had cog teeth mounted near its base. The cog was mounted on a short, slim spindle. It was an old coin. The pipe could have been anything from 50 to several hundred years old.
Alright, well. Clay pipe and gargoyle.
With the clay pipe in his mouth, he looked happy, homely, like somebody's granddaddy.
What do you think you're doing, Josh?
I wondered if there was a secret mechanism in the demon's mouth.
Maybe you should show a little more respect.
For a mythical
gargoyle?
medieval
Exactly.
demon? Give me
No.
a break.
Okay, go right ahead. Meddle with forces you don't understand. Incur the demon's wrath and burn in hell. Just see if I care.
Meh. Can I put the thing on the nose, red nose and gargoyle? Can I put it on there?
Sometimes the most childish gestures can have a cathartic effect. The transformation of the demon to a clown did just that for me.
Oh, there we are. Think like a child to defeat an ancient demon. Coping mechanism. Achievement unlocked. That is the achievement I was talking about before. Alright. I'll have it all back now, thank you.
I ran my fingers across the cold
okay,
stone
fine.
and probed the holes in the demon's eyes. Beneath them, the mouth formed another hole. But I wasn't about to put my finger in there.
Alright, well, let's just do this thing with the cogs then.
The cog slipped neatly into the eye socket.
Why would it do that? Why would you invent a thing like this? And how did the other people get in here if they didn't have to do this?
With a rasp of metal on stone, I eased the second eye into place.
And now... time for a handle. Ah, we put the pipe away. Excellent.
I pushed the handle into the demon's mouth. The cogs all meshed. I began to turn.
And the door opens. We other ones will have to deal with this. Seeing as the machine is dead. Alright, hey Nico, you ready?
Nico?
This is it. This is it. Look, I found a clay pipe.
Nico, I found an old clay pipe.
Josh, I don't care.
I found an old coin.
Look, I found an old coin. You think it's worth anything?
Josh, focus on the situation at hand, please.
I am. This coin.
Look what I found buried in the rubble.
It's a plastic pen top.
Yeah, amazing, isn't it? Finding something so mundane in a place like this.
Plastic gets everywhere, yes.
Let me know if you find any paper clips.
Will do.
Maybe not.
I never showed you the two cogs, but alright, okay. We're going in, and this... I think there's one more button press after this, really?
As soon as I saw the flickering torches, I realized the bogus Templars had beaten us to the sword. But where were they now? And why was it so quiet?
Okay, so it doesn't go immediately into the place.
The
So we can have a look
powder
at this.
spilling from the
Yeah, we're
barrels
right at the end.
reminded me of pirate stories I'd loved when I was a kid. It was gunpowder. It was definitely gunpowder, but it had solidified over the centuries it had lain here undisturbed. The torch burned with a sickly dim glow and a stench like fire and brimstone.
No, George!
What?
Leave the torch right where it is, in case you haven't noticed the crypt is full of gunpowder.
Oh, is that
Don't
what
you
it
trust
is?
me?
It's not a question of trust.
I thought it was powdered
No.
guns.
You think I'm a jerk, don't you?
Don't be silly, George. And keep your voice down. I thought I heard something. Like chanting.
We'll go over there and see it in a minute. But now I am thinking of, you know... now I'm thinking of gunpowder as dehydrated guns. You know, just add water and guns magically pop up. That would be an interesting way to supply an army. Alright, we are going on. Time to...
Listen, I can definitely hear chanting.
You're right. I hear it too. What do you suppose they're doing?
It wouldn't surprise me if they were holding some kind of satanic sex ritual.
It would surprise me.
What are we waiting for? Will you look at that? Baphomet. Labino was right. This place was ancient even to the Templars.
This whole place? This is Baphomet?
Finally, the truth. The Templars had never worshipped this graven image, no more than they'd worship a rainbow. But, like a rainbow, they regarded it as a symbol of a covenant with God, who'd revealed this place to them.
Rosso! Why the double dealing treacherous?
Doesn't matter.
On the contrary, Inspector Rosso has been the model of obedience. An important quality in a true Templar. Now be quiet and watch if you wish to live much longer.
Oh, you've got your face and two faces on that mask. That's great. Or three faces covering your face.
Sisters, we are gathered here to witness the reforging of the sword that was broken. Here before God's sentinel, Baphomet. Grandmaster and Knight of Baphomet, we salute and pledge our obedience to you.
I'm the one with the sword. I can kill you.
Gatekeeper of the temple. Seven centuries ago, our greatest weapon, the sword of Baphomet, was lost to us. Now we prepare to reforge it, to wield against new enemies. As the tired millennium dies, and this world looks for new leaders,
for 1,000 years.
we shall not fail. We shall lead the people to a new order, wherein all borders will dissolve. All will be united under the red cross of the Templars.
Check this work beforehand, right? You could just explode. Nice Adam and Eve up there. Certainly a new thing. So very charismatic now.
George, we have watched your efforts to stop us with respect. But surely you realize that you have been misled by our enemies. Both of us want a better world.
Fortunately, no harm has been done. We need determined, resourceful men like you. Join us, George. Join us in true brotherhood.
Yeah. True. Wait. Brothers? What about Marquet? What about Pegram and Klausner? You didn't look on them as brothers, only as failures. 3 men dead, and you don't give a damn!
George, you know that sacrifices are necessary. Every great undertaking.
Join you? I'll see you in hell first.
Blam, blam, blam. Guy who's standing right behind you with a gun. Now you've revealed you're not joining him. Kill him.
C'est la guerre, et l'on kill him.
Yeah, it's Cat Burglar Nico. Oh, no. Ah! The old man is beating me. At least I assume he's an old man from his hair. I assume it is. Oh, look at that. Knife through the neck. Where did that come from? Russia.
I swear, I just wanted things to be right.
Who shot you? You had a gun?
Take them. Kill them. They will not escape.
Yes, they will. Look, see how they're running. Uh-oh.
Well, well. If it isn't the great detective and his beautiful assistant.
Thank you for
it's
thinking I'm
going
beautiful.
To be a pleasure
That's great.
Killing the pair of you.
George, what are we going to do?
Stand here and wait for the death scene to play out. You know what I always, not what I took away from it.
Okay, okay. Let me think.
Nope. Splot. Where's George dead?
George!
Gut shot. Worst of them.
Stay away from me!
So perish all enemies of the new Templar Order.
You're calling yourself the new Templar Order. That is horrible. That is, man, I did not think you would call yourself that. I thought you would just call yourself the Templars. Well, hey, there we go. And anyway, what I would like to think, what I would imagine with this and the setting that's going on here is that the Sword of Baphomet gave them the incredible charisma that you saw, the ability to almost control people's minds with that. But when somebody rejected them or broke out of it or whatever, the power worked in the reverse, and you hated them, and hated them with a deep, abiding passion, and would do anything to see them dead. Which is why Charles did what he did. He said, and then what was it, Charles? Yeah, it was King Charles, right? Whomever it was, yeah, who did all of the stuff to absolutely ruin them, because the power didn't work on him anymore, and so it had the opposite effect. So he absolutely wanted them dead as much as possible, and why everybody who did turn on them turned on them. Yeah, that's just my headcanon for what the power does there. There's no proof. Obviously there's no proof, but there's nothing which says anything like that in any of the Broken Swords, but that is what I like to believe, so to speak. But yeah, here we go. Back we go, and oh, we're here, are we? Okay, well, we'll skip the cutscene.
As soon as I saw the flickering...
Yeah. The Templars have been here already, and look, this is all exploding stuff. Let's just get out there. You coming, Nico?
Listen, I can...
Yeah, you can definitely hear chanting now.
So, shh.
They're holding some satanic sex ritual. What are we waiting for? Says George. I mean, I don't think he means it like that. So yep. Yeah. Can I? There we go. I needed to double click it. Alright, and here we are. At the end.
Well, well. If it isn't the great detective and his beautiful assistant.
Thank you for
it's
noticing
going
me.
to be a
I am indeed
pleasure
beautiful.
killing the pair of you.
George, what are we going to do?
It's time for us to pick up the torch. Throw it in there.
Come on, Nico. We're leaving.
You fools! You cannot escape us.
Yes, I can.
Guido! Stop them.
I keep calling you Guido.
But master, the powder!
That powder is from the English Civil War. You fools.
So it's 3 times as explosive as...
It's over 300 years old.
Yeah, but it could have been on the Roundheads or the Cavaliers side. They were bitter enemies.
Can be.
I thought it was all over, but Nico had one last trick up her sleeve. Or in her handbag, to be exact.
No.
A handbag full of plastic explosives.
Not in her
Maybe,
handbag.
but this stuff is brand new.
Oh. Yep, there we go. Oh, why didn't you run away as well? They did it. They survived the broken sword and forged their own destiny, path, whatever.
You know, you'll never be able to write your story now.
I don't care.
Yeah, you can.
I've got what I want.
Huh?
Just tell me one thing, George. Is our life together always going to be this crazy?
I mean, we're not always together, and it's not always like this. But here we go. I don't know why that started to play a sound and then stopped. Here it is. And we're going to look at the credits as well, just to give them their due, because, as I say, this is one of my favourite games. It's definitely one of the better point-and-click games I have played. If not, one of the better games, full stop. The story is... it has stuck with me for so long. I remember, you know, all the beats, and I did all of the I knew the puzzles and everything, and I still recall them. There are some games which I've played where I cannot remember the puzzles and stuff. But this is one which has stuck with me through the many years. I'm not disappointed, but I would like to have seen an updated version of the Easter egg, or yeah. Oh, was it kickstarted? I hadn't realised. Now we have to go through all the thousands and hundreds of billions of names which are here. We'll just have to wait for them to all go through, like we did the last time, or for the 5th game. Make sure, I was going to say, my name's not going to be on here. I was just thinking, oh my god, what if I accidentally backed it? No, it's not going to be here. I do not like usually backing software that is on there, because I'm in the credits trapping it. Well done. Well done getting in the credits, that's great. Anyway, I have problems with Kickstarters in that I want the thing that I backed now, or very soon from now, usually. And can't wait all that time. But hey. There we go. I can't remember what it was. But recently. It could have been Reforged. I saw a thing where they were talking about how they were remaking a game and they did some updates to the credits. Yeah, it must have been Broken Sword. Yeah, because I was looking around their website to see what they've got going on. So yeah, anybody who wanted their name updated or anything. Here we are. We're going through all of these. We're at the T's now. And now we got another set. The Templar Seneschals. And we're back at the A's again. I mean, I understand why they do it in, like, hey, alphabetical order. But, you know, if your name is Zendaya, for instance, you've got to be sitting here waiting. Where is it? I want it right at the end. Where is it? Come on, come on! And I know, like, Henry Cavill likes computer games and Warhammer 40k and stuff, yeah, and World of Warcraft. I think he likes World of Warcraft as well, but yeah, he certainly likes games and things. I wonder how many of them, like, back a Kickstarter, and then, oh, I can't put my name in, because, you know, then you would see Henry Cavill. And people go, Henry Cavill back this? Oh my god, it must be great! Or maybe not, I don't know. Maybe they do put their names in, and then everybody goes, that can't be Henry Cavill. And then somebody will ask them in an interview, hey, did you ever do that? It'd be interesting to just ask a famous person that question. You ever backed any Kickstarters? And if your name goes in the credits, do you do that? I mean, I don't know. Because then I guess if you were getting physical gifts delivered, well, you wouldn't give your address, would you? No, maybe you would. I don't know. I used to work at a law firm. And we had some people whose names you might recognize on our books. So, you know, they had to use their real addresses and phone numbers and things. So yeah, that was weird and different. To suddenly realise that I had access to all of these things. I didn't do anything with any of them, but it was weird to just suddenly go, I recognise these names, and they are actually those people. It was weird. Well, here we go. All of these names. This is the same problem that I had with number 5, when all of the names were going past, and I was just trying to, you know, fill in the time. I could just, you know, turn off my camera, and we could just sit here enjoying them, while I can, you know, do anything else. Well, I might in fact do that. Because, unless Templar Knights... I mean, Grand Masters has got to be the bigger... Has got to be the one which costs the most, right? Although we went straight down into the B's here and C's, so I don't know. Unless the lower numbers. Like, oh, we'll make you a Grandmaster if you back for $10, but if you back for $20, you could be a Seneschal, which, you know, gets you more stuff, but a lesser name. Because the Grandmaster is the one right at the top. And a Seneschal will be below that, and a Knight. Just regular Knights. There. But yeah, this appears to be less long. Look, we're already down to M's. So who knows how they did it on there? Not me. Already on flock, 2 special rabbits. Oh, look at that. I mean, what would you put in there? If you couldn't put your own name in there, for some reason. Is there anything else you would put in instead? Oh, now we're onto the original credits. Oh, great. Well, at least there's no Kickstarter backers in the original ones. Yeah. Would you credit a pet? Would you credit a whole family? Would you credit, you know, special thanks to a particular person who has inspired you throughout your life? I don't know. Well, there we go. Actors. Rolf Saxon. Our hero, George Stobbart. There are other names on there that I recognise as well, but just to pick out Rolf Saxon as our hero there. And Nico changed repeatedly. Or Nico was the same one all throughout this game, but, you know, I do not think the same actress has played her consistently throughout that. I know they have not, but I do not think she even came back. I do not think that the person who was in 2, I don't think came back for 3, and I don't think the person who was in 3 came back for 4, etc, etc. So yeah, and there we go. Broken Sword, finish the adventure of a lifetime. Achievement unlocked.
Hello again.
Hello?
What now? Do you know anything about medieval manuscripts?
No more than you, I'll bet.
Does this gem mean anything to you?
Aha! Is it real? It must be worth a small fortune. You stole it, I suppose.
I'm not a crook.
Is this the
Excuse me?
extras?
Yes, sir.
I've got a toilet chain from a bar in Syria.
No kidding. A toilet chain? From Syria? You sad man.
These are things where you couldn't come back to them ever at any point. This is cool. These are the extras.
What now, monsieur?
Check out my ID card.
Your ID card, monsieur? I don't think so.
No, it's Rosso's card.
Attempting to impersonate a policeman is a criminal offense, monsieur.
Ah, forget it. Thanks for your help, buddy.
But the professor has gone away. I mean, he was part of the Templars.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, George. What can I do for you now?
Does the name on this card mean anything to you?
Augustin Rosso? No, dear, nothing. It conjures up the image of a Gaulois smoking, absinthe drinking French policeman.
Wow, you're
sure
good.
The real Inspector Rosso is nowhere near so romantic.
I think you'd be surprised.
Also, he's a member of the Templars and is probably now dead, having been exploded. So, you know. Chapter select unlocked. Well done for completing the game, but thank you for playing. Thank you. Previous autosave date will be overwritten. I mean, I don't know. Where's chapter select then? Is this it? No, this is all of my saves. Alright, I guess it must be under new game. More? Chapter select. There it is. Yeah. 9 chapters they say the game is, and we've done them all. And if I click achievements, yeah, that just opens the Steam overlay. And I have 24 of 26 achievements. I've missed out on no hidden ones. I've missed out on get to know all the locals on holiday. Which, as I say, that was the Irish thing. I think I just didn't talk to the fiddle player in the background. And fish food. Word of warning to the wise. Which I think, given what I can see there, is that I should have gone back to speak to Rosso again at the police thing and told him, hey, I'm looking for Templar stuff. But yeah, those are the only 2 achievements I've got. And yeah, I will go back and get those. But I don't think there's any, because I don't know what they are, I'm going to have to look around and find out. So we won't be doing that on stream. Instead, he said, look at this, I even planned out exactly the number of heads that I needed to do this. I've added 1 head at the beginning and end of every thing. Or You know, I had one at the beginning and then two at the end of the first session, etc., etc. All the way up to where I am now. And this is the end of Broken Sword for us. For now. Until they make another game, or remake the second one, or whatever else they're going to do with it. Because, yeah, I'll probably buy it again, and 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 again. Until I either run out of money, they stop making them, or I die. Whichever comes first. But yes, you don't need to worry about that. What you need to worry about is me saying thank you for being here. Whether you're here live and in person, or later on in the VOD, the fact that you spend any amount of time here with me means... it reforges my heart. It's amazing. And so are you. We will be back tomorrow. I know I said that on Friday and then was not there on Saturday, but we will be back tomorrow. And tomorrow it will be more Fallout London. So yeah, look forward to that. And as I say, Tuesday, which would usually be point and click day, will probably be Starfield, the DLC, because that comes out on the 30th, which is Monday, and it comes out at like 4 PM. They've marketed it as a worldwide release date. Here are the times it will come out, or etc., etc. Starfield was good and needed a worldwide release time, date, etc. But the DLC does not. Alright, we've already played Starfield. I know how good or bad we all thought it was. We don't need a worldwide timed release thing. I mean, by all means, release it at a particular time, but you don't need to put up a map with saying, hey, it's all coming out at this time, like you did for the release date of the game itself. And for DLC, I mean, it must have been done before, but I haven't seen it very often. Anyway, that is what we will be doing on Tuesday. And then Wednesday we will be back with Fallout 4. And then Thursday will be a day off. And then Friday and Saturday, I'm uncertain. We might be slotting the Starfield DLC into that spot. Depends on how it goes on Tuesday. We will find out. Anyway. All that remains for me to do is to say, I have been Richard, and this whole thing around us. Alright, that has been LMTDTMFFR, or, say it with me now, limited time offer, no vowels. And you have fun, stay weird, and treasure the things from your youth, like copies of Broken Sword that you have played again and again, and again and again and again, and enjoy them, even when you get old.